Still so loud. I don't remember who I was either. Can I start my save game? Oh, here we go. Day 3. The knight left a feeling of anxiety behind him because he physically went to. I forgot. I'm just gonna skip all like the personal dialogue. It's so loud. Oh my god. How do I almost deleted my save game. Let me turn it down! What the fuck? I don't remember any of them. Where'd that bang you? I'm pretty sure she gets naked at some point. There's a naked scene with them. Yeah, me. Oh yeah, you guys made her. Alright, did you say? Oh wait, save? Cool. I want to say it's cool on the previous day. Contrary to refreshing coolness, help me brace up. I'm just skipping the personal dialogue. Ogla Dmitriev is already up. Who is her? I don't know. Huh? Am I Semyon? Morning! It just happened. I'll do it myself. Not a big deal on my way to the canteen. Alright. And what's the lineup going to be about today? So what's the agenda? No, I skipped the inner dialogue. Olga Dmitriev, you know my stomach is getting upset. I'd rather, well, you know. I'll just wait for Evan. Whoops, I skipped it by accident. Where does this carriage come from? I'm waiting for Evan. Whenever Evan's ready. How many people do you think are Oh, I was making sure you're. I'm the only one streaming it. Of course I am. Oh yeah, she's sagging. She's sagging. Where did all this courage come from? I'm afraid I need more time. Could you tell me right now, please? Sure, I'll try just in case it goes down. Dude, I clicked off of it. Oh! Mason time, Mason. Oh, wow. Bernadette's here. Well, I'm just gonna have to be really fast with it. We're playing Everlasting Summer. Definitely now, and now I'd rather. Wait, I messed that up. Blah 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 blah. Inner dialogue. Why does she sound like that? Because we did this forever ago and we're trying to remember the voices. Oh yeah, this was definitely Nick. Dot dot dot. Pardon, isn't this a bit too sudden? Ooh, we got an option for once. This has happened twice. Uh, who the heck is, who the heck is Lena? Sorry, maybe later. Oh no, we're choosing, guys, we're making mistakes here. We're choosing women. It's like a dating game. Don't forget that. Hi, good morning. Would you mind if I join you? I'll get at my meal and be back in no time. Later is better. Later is better. Blah blah blah. Oh, no! Have a nice meal. No. Oh, it's so much. It seems that eating like a human and not like a hog was not hard at all. As usual, Lena remains silent, which means I should start the conversation. Going to the dance tonight? She was silent. She was silent for a while. I don't know yet. Though I didn't want to go there at all. I didn't like dance parties since my school days. What do you mean? My mind was still far away in my school times. I didn't say I don't want to. But if you're inviting me, Lena turned red and looked away. Sorry, I'm just kidding. I felt confused. I'd better not joke like that. Lena said indifferently and focused on her food while her face turned even more red. Why am I stuck on this dance as if we're not have nothing else to talk about? But wait, is there actually anything? By the way, maybe you might know. Maybe you know what Zeta wants to ask me. So they wanted to ask. I mean, when I just came in, she wanted something from me. I can't. I see. The conversation reached a dead end, so I tried to seem fully focused on my meal. At her tits, Lena finished her breakfast first. See you. I was finished chewing on the sausage. Which tasted like a twisted pear cable. That's a really weird comparison. I wonder if they have internet access here. What? I guess not. A pioneer sitting at the next table noticed me talking to myself, and I stared at me. I smiled and waved at him in return. After such a friendly greeting, he for some reason left the canteen quickly without finishing his breakfast. Done with the food, it's time to search for some clues. I'm playing clues out here, bro. Sometime later, I finally came to the infirmary. I probably should have gotten water before starting. Oh yeah, I got teleported into here, didn't I? Sometime later, I finally came to the infirmary. I have nothing to do in that place. Oh, everyone does it. The nurse seemed quite caring. It's better to keep a distance from her. Such benevolence is actually scary. She may know something, but I just hadn't the courage to enter the infirmary. Moreover, I had no reason to. Wait, I freaking immersed my own thoughts. I didn't notice the nurse who was standing on the porch. Hi there, pioneer. She came closer. Oh no, I was just wandering around. I gave her a look of inquiry. The word task made me feel uneasy. It sounded like something inevitable. The nurse smiled pitifully. Oh yeah, she says heterochromia. Oh fuck. I looked the fuck. Screw up. Shut up. Both? Who are we? Perhaps I misheard. But what word could be confused with both? Not me. Lena emerged from behind the nurse's back. It seemed strange that I hadn't noticed her until now. I have no clue what you said. Medicine, huh? Supplied today? But Olga Dmitrievna told me that no bus would arrive in the next couple of days. So there were visitors to our camp today? Just curious. Lena was barely noticeable this whole time. Surely she's able to remain invisible like a skilled ninja. Strange. She seemed more spirited during lunch. She gazed at me and smiled menacingly. That's not gaze. I don't want to spend the whole evening doing something like this. And also, I've got more important things to do. But rejecting this request would be really improper. If it wasn't Lena who was standing here, I would definitely think my way out. Oh no. Okay, I'll come. Even after these words, I barely came to a step closer to the blah blah. I can't speak. Even after these words, I barely came a step closer to the "be prepared, always prepared" motto. I can't speak. Shut up! Don't make fun of me. What? I looked at Lena, who was staring at the ground. I guess all the time she spent staring at the ground was enough to learn everything there is to know about the life and habits of different insects. Plus, Lena likes to read, so she probably read many biological, botanical, and so on books. Perhaps she wants to become an entomologist. ... Wait, am I picking up? Say something loud. Scream. Really loud. Because I don't know if you're being picked up. Because I don't know if you're being picked up. Because I don't know if you're being picked up. Alright, everyone be quiet. Everyone be quiet. Because I don't know if you're being picked up. Alright, everyone be quiet. Everyone be quiet. I don't know if you're being picked up. Alright, everyone be quiet. Everyone be quiet. Alright, everyone be quiet. It's echoing. I can't tell if Discord's being picked up or not. It's echoing. I can't tell if or not. It's echoing. I can't tell if or not. It's echoing. I can't tell if or not. Oh shoot. How did that happen though? It was perfectly fine earlier. It was just me talking to myself. How does that make any sense, dude? It's just your audio coming through. But that doesn't make any sense. How did it change? That doesn't make any sense. It's just me talking to myself. That sucks balls, dude. It might be game. Restart the stream? Oh. But it doesn't, I can't, I do, it was only 2 choices. But I don't understand, Discord was picking up earlier. Okay, I'm gonna stop this. Why is this audio not getting picked up? I thought Mesa was streaming anime solo. That would be funny, but I don't know if I would do that alone. Okay, I'm quitting me. I think my Oculus messed up my my audio. That was in Discord. Yeah, that didn't pick up at all. What if I close Discord and reopen it? That doesn't make any sense. Say words. But Discord made noise when it opened. That doesn't make any sense! It, like, I opened it and it made noise on the stream, and then it didn't make any noise. What if I change the output device? Okay, now I just can't hear anyone. No.
Hello?
Wait, what?
Hello?
It's up. It just started working again. Say
What?
something.
Balls, Ethan.
Balls.
What? I didn't even change anything, bro.
I'm here. I'm real.
Okay, well,
can
now
do
everyone
this
can
now.
hear. Okay, I guess we restart. It shouldn't be
Great.
that long. It shouldn't be that long.
It's a couple minutes.
What if it just does the exact same thing?
Yeah,
Where
just
it
make
cuts out at
sure.
the same point in the game.
Yeah.
I don't think it was the game, though. I think it was just my Discord being
I
weird.
hope it was a game.
Like, all I did was change the input in and out, and then, like, I waited, like, 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Yeah, I waited a whole 10 minutes. Like, 10 seconds, and then it
You're so
worked
dumb,
again.
you didn't have to wait that long.
I have to try and get
Alright,
voicemail
back at it
working
again.
Hold on. Let me test my audio. Alright, moment of truth.
Oh, yeah, there you go. You all pick up now. It's probably changing your input and output settings. Yeah, I think the Oculus just did something to my,
It's working, I think.
Oh, you're
Oh.
crusty, Evan.
I'm crusty? What?
You're gonna have to do it yourself. You have
That's
time to
fine.
fix it until your moment, so.
My moment, my big moment.
Alright, back to it. The night, do I have to freaking read all my dialogue? Okay, whatever. We'll do it again. The night left
You're
a
not
feeling of
streaming on
anxiety
Discord,
behind me.
can't
I woke
see.
exhausted, both physically and mentally. It happened to me all the time. You see incredibly lucid images of what the fuck? Not reading that. Blah blah blah. Either archived or formatted completely.
Eater.
Yeah, my memory's having. It's 7 a.m. according to the clock. I seem to be an early bird today. The volume.
Are you not streaming?
I am streaming.
On Discord.
I'm not streaming on Discord. It's really loud again. It likes to do that. Let me change my. Stop! It likes to reset the audio settings. Okay. I got up stretched and went to the mirror to have a look at myself. I better shave. Strange idea before twice a month was enough. But now, nothing depends on the way I look. I haven't found the razor anywhere. Anyway, fuck! Why do I even need it if I look like I'm 17 at most? So, breakfast can't start early than 9 a.m. and this means I have plenty of time, which I can spend on a walking and washing, for example.
What does that mean?
I don't know. The water didn't seem as ice cold as the previous day. What the fuck? Oh, what happened? On the contrary, refreshed coolness helped me to brace up and come back to reality, where all these events could be called real. The tooth powder didn't seem to. What's tooth powder? Didn't seem.
Probably like Jang toothpaste.
Yeah, that's what I'm guessing. To be such an outdated thing. A quick thought struck me that it's not that different from toothpaste. Not that different from toothpaste. Wash your arse. No. When I returned to cabin, Olga Dmitriev was already here up. She was standing in front of the mirror and fixed her hair. Good morning, Seaman.
Hello. You're stupid. Hello, Seaman.
Morning.
It's not Markiplier.
Because of the lack of sleep, my head was
I'm
still
sorry,
singing.
man.
Yeah, fix
And
it.
my thoughts. Oh my god, I'm not reading all of it.
I'm not crunchy, right?
Hello, everybody.
No, you're
How
not
can you
crunchy.
come up so early? God, up so
Come.
early.
It just happened.
How are you? And no neckerchief. no neckerchief once again. Let me.
I'll do it myself. Not a big deal. On my way to the canteen.
Wait, is there a guy with a bag on his head in the background?
Yeah, look at this code here. Oh yeah, here.
I don't think so. Do it now.
And one on stream.
Oh, sorry, I was drinking soda.
I really should grab
Forget
some
about
water.
the lineup before breakfast.
How could I ever forget? And what's the lineup? I can't speak, dude. And what's the lineup going to be about today?
We'll discuss the agenda for the day.
So what's the agenda? Greatly speaking,
Who is
I didn't
that?
care. I don't care. What the fuck?
Oh my god.
Hello, you'll find that out at the lineup.
He gave me a wily smile. Olga Dmitriev, you know, my stomach is getting upset. I'd rather, well, you know, I believe that's okay to miss the lineup once. It could get all nasty if I failed to control it right
He's
there.
gonna
Yeah, shoot his pants.
He's
Oh,
gonna
I
leave a
skipped
big
it.
brand
Whoops.
of- Hello, everybody. My name is. You have 5 more minutes.
Poop on the floor.
I'm afraid I need more time. Could you tell me right now, please? Sure, I'll try, but just in case it all goes down.
Oh, fine. On our list for today is cleaning the camp locations, organizing the books in the library, some other minor tasks, and of course we have a ball in the evening. Watch yourself. Hello, you must take camp in the park activities today.
Ask her about her cup size. No, you bet. Definitely.
No, you
And
bet.
then now I'd rather.
It's a GG, as in good game.
As in googly gamungas.
Googly Gadonkaradooz. Come on.
Double
let's hit
H
the
as in
road.
honka honka.
Honk. I came out of the cabin and hid in the
You came
bushes
out? Oh my
behind.
God.
What the fuck? Waiting for Olga Dmitriev to leave. Actually, I didn't
that
have
was
any particular
differently
reason
than
to
the other
behave
time.
this way. But the voice within me kept telling me that I have nothing to do with at the lineup.
He's insane.
He's schizo.
This is why you need to
This is
read that in
Mason.
dialogue, because he's an insane person.
After the camp leader left, he is kind of insane. He just kind of appeared somewhere, didn't he?
Well,
I went back to the
you.
cabin and
Well, wasn't
decided
he
to
about
wait
to
for
kill
breakfast
himself or
there.
something?
No,
I
I
think
don't
he
think
just
so. I
he
think
just
it was
went to go
like-
take a bus or something, and he ended up here.
Yeah.
I fell asleep on the bus and ended up here.
Oh,
Well, I'm not
yeah,
planning
yeah.
on taking part in community life today. Cleaning and organizing, that's not what someone in my situation should be doing. That's a good point. 2 days have passed and I'm still right where I started. We've had
Yeah,
a
because you're just
whole
getting
day
led
here.
along by all the women.
Oh, that's what he's looking for clues.
All the
for,
residents seem to be perfectly ordinary people. They weren't involved in any conspiracies, weren't communicating with aliens, and had no idea about time warps.
What noobs? They don't have any idea about time.
Oh, of
warp.
course, each of them is a bit peculiar, but those peculiarities do not seem out of
I
line.
don't know,
at all.
Hatsune Miku
Yeah, like
is pretty
literally Hatsune
peculiar.
Miku.
Her name is Miku.
It's
Um,
literally Hatsune Miku.
Imagine you take a bus somewhere. Your bus, like you fall asleep on the bus or something, and the
You
place
wake
you
up,
come to
you're
is a camp.
17, you go
Fucking
to school,
Hatsune
they're all
Miku is there.
massive boobs, and Hatsune
Moreover,
Miku is
if I
there.
had met any of these pioneers in my familiar world, I wouldn't suspect anything wrong. Really, they seem to be even more normal and natural than, let's say, yours truly.
There's nothing natural about that.
This line of reasoning was quite logical, and the logical part was the absence of answers. Ordinary people in an extraordinary place.
They're not ordinary.
They're not ordinary. I've heard and seen that already somewhere. Dozens of pioneers, or even me, live. Shut the fuck. Okay,
Even me.
but this is their point of view. As for
Doesn't
me,
bore
I'm
me,
not
we
a
get to the
cleaning. Oh
big
my
boob
god!
marriage.
Stop. Where's so much dialogue? I have to decide here and now. Are those people involved in what happened
Can
to
you
me?
trust anyone?
Can they
Are
give
you
me
among
any
us?
answers? Or
Cat-
do I have to
imposter
seek the
among them?
truth somewhere
Or are they the
else?
imposter among you?
What's
Task.
unnatural about big boobs? I don't know. It seems I overdid it a bit with the thinking.
Silicone. That's what's unnatural about.
There's
big
no
boobs.
usual crowd of hungry pioneers near the camp,
Back issues.
or
Completely
even inside a
natural.
canteen.
Oceans.
Most of them probably had their breakfast before 9 a.m. That's
I have
even
back
better.
pain from my
Two
youth,
companies, two's companies, three's a crowd.
Wow, you suck, Mason.
Dude, I got like mild dyslexia.
Mild.
Lena was sitting in the farthest corner of the canteen, lazily
Oh, get
picking
ready
with
to
her...
have
Artist.
Fartest.
Shut up. Lazily picking
Mild
with her fork
dyslexia.
at them. Yeah, the
Amorphous.
amorphous love that vaguely resembled
Among
porridge.
Us love.
Having a breakfast with her seems like a good
I refuse
idea.
the thought of calling
We can
this
have a
my
chat in
imposter.
peace, or at least try to have one. I was on the way to her table when suddenly somebody grabbed me by the sleeve.
Remember,
Why
it's
did let
still
anyone
Lena.
else read this? It's like listening to a 10-year-old read. Shut
Alright,
up!
I can speed read. I'll speed read.
Well, okay, let's have someone do the internal dialogue and Mason can do the lines. How about that?
I'll speed read in the most boring way possible.
No! You have to read it like real.
Then let Mason do it because he's insane and the character's insane, so it
Fine.
matches up.
You guys just want me to do it?
Yeah,
Oh god.
it's funnier.
Alright,
And
then
then I
the
don't have to.
librarian.
So they the librarian.
No, not Connor.
Get your meal and come. We need to talk. ...
Dot.
What are you waiting for?
I was a bit confused. Pardon, isn't this a bit too sudden?
What's wrong, fat man? Get your meal and sit down.
I suppose that she considers her behavior completely normal. What do we choose?
You sit with
Alright,
Lena. You
so-
sit with Lena. You sit with Lena.
Okay, Jesus! I was sure that Lena wouldn't mind if I sat next to her.
Hold on, wait a second.
Sorry, maybe later. I just rejected
It's
her,
kind
bro.
of like James from Team Rocket. a
I
little
gently
more
loosened my
discreet.
sleeve from her grip and headed for the furthest corner of the canteen.
Yeah.
Zendaya
no.
was shouting something in my
Make it
direction, but I tried to ignore her. Wait, she shouted at me? Hi, good morning. Having heard the librarian shouting, Lena had been had not been stealing glances at me for a while.
Morning!
I hate you. Strangely enough, she didn't blush. Wait, strangely enough, she didn't blush, but smiled instead.
But
You
she always
normally blush?
blushing.
Yeah,
Would you
yeah,
mind if
he-
I join you? I'll get my meal and be back in no time.
Yeah, sure.
He's used to every
Dot,
girl
dot,
in youth
dot.
wanting to have rough sex with him.
In a minute, I was already sitting in front of. Oh my god, too long. I have a I have a nice meal.
Read. What was the meal? What was the meal?
What?
I don't see what it was. Porridge, 2 poached eggs,
In a
a
minute,
glass
I
of
was
cum.
already
boiled
sitting in front of him
sausage,
with
and a
some
glass of
simple place
compote
of
and
porridge, 2
unknown
poached
fruits
eggs,
and
1 piece
He's
of
got the
cheese.
cum chalice.
Have a nice meal.
Thanks.
I was trying to
Evan
eat
was
as
waiting
neatly as I
patiently.
could. No chomping, smearing the food, or spilling the pot over myself.
Compote.
It seems that eating like a human and not like a hog was not that hard at all. As usual, Lena remained silent, which means I should start the conversation. Going to the dance tonight? Question mark.
Probably.
She was silent for a while.
And you?
I don't know yet. Though, I didn't want to go there at all. I didn't really like dance parties since my school days.
Why so?
What do you mean? My mind was still far away in my school times.
Why don't you want to go?
I didn't answer. I don't want to. Wait, I messed that up. Okay,
You suck, Nathan. Mild dyslexia looking.
Okay then.
but if you're inviting me, I'm not lying when I said that. By the way, Lena turned red and looked away.
You're blushing. Look away.
I don't really.
Sorry,
Dot.
just
Oh,
kidding. I felt confused. I better not joke like that.
fine.
Lena said indifferently and focused on her food,
Indifferently.
while her face turned
Dumbledore
even
said
more red.
calmly.
Why am I stuck on the dance? Wait, why am I stuck in the dance if we have
You were
nothing
right.
else to talk about? What? But wait, is there actually anything else? By the way, maybe you know what Zendaya wanted to ask me.
Oh, she's
Ah.
angry now.
Who's Zendaya?
I mean, when I just came in, she wanted something from me.
I don't know.
I see. The conversation reached a dead end, so I tried to seem fully focused on my meal. Lenya finished her breakfast first.
My name's not Lenya. I should go. See you later.
See ya.
Lenya bit these balls in your mouth.
Lenma. I was finished chewing on the sausage. It tasted like a twisted pear cable.
What the fuck does it mean?
I think it's like a Ethernet cable. I think that's what he tried
But in
to say.
Russian.
I don't know why he just
Why
said.
does he know what it
Hey.
feels like to chew one of those?
I wonder if they
'Cause
have
he's
any
in
internet
Russia.
access here. I guess not. Pioneer sitting at the table noticed me talking to myself and stared at me. I smiled and waved to him in return. After such a friendly greeting, he for some reason left the canteen quickly without
Everyone hates
finishing his
you.
breakfast. They really did. Done with the food. It's time to search for some clues. Sometime later, I finally
Aw,
came to the
Jimmy.
infirmary.
Oh no.
I have nothing to do in that place, but the nurse seemed quite caring. It's better to keep a distance from her. Such benevolence is actually scary. She may know something, but I just hadn't the courage to enter the infirmary. Moreover, I had no reason to.
You're
Not a
literally
single
searching
one.
for clues.
Immersed in my own thoughts, I didn't notice the nurse who was standing on the porch.
Hi there, Brian here.
Shut up. She came closer.
You must be sick. You feel home for medicine.
No, I was just wandering around.
Oh, what's ruined, I see. But if you're here, I have a serious task for you.
I gave her a look of inquiry. The word task made me feel uneasy. It sounded like something inevitable. The nurse smiled spitefully. No!
You both will help me to make an inventory of our supply medicine. Arrive today.
Spitefully.
Both? Spitefully.
Ofa?
Who are we? Perhaps I misheard. But what word could be confused with both?
Bofa. No, I did that already.
Hi again.
Later emerged from behind the nurse's back. It seemed strange that I hadn't noticed her until now.
Come here after dinner. I have explain everything to Lena. I'll tell you what to do. Tell you what you wanted. What.
Medicine, huh? Supplied today? See, it's not that easy, is it, Connor? But Olga
What?
Dimitri told me that no bus would arrive in the next couple of days. So, there were visitors to our camp today?
Real.
Yes, they arrived from the city this morning. Why are you asking?
Just curious.
All right then. Bye here. So tonight after dinner, you'll be here. Oh shit. Maybe I ...
Lena was barely noticeable this whole time. Surely she was able to remain invisible like a skilled ninja.
Tell us about the ants.
I can do it on my own. I don't need this piece of shit.
Tell us about the bugs.
Strange. She seemed more spirited during lunch.
No way. There are a lot of boxes. And the pioneer is always ready. Isn't that so? Pioneer.
She gazed at me and smiled
Menacingly.
I got it, bro. I got it.
That's menacing. Look at how menacing she looks.
Yeah, she's menacing.
Jason's afraid of sex.
True.
I don't want to spend the whole evening doing something like this. And I also have got more important things to do. But rejecting this request would be really improper. If it wasn't Elena who was standing here, I would definitely think my way out.
Okay, I'll come.
Nice.
I'm gonna come.
Answer.
Even after these words, I barely came a step closer to the
Sorry.
to the be prepared, always prepared motto. Shut up.
You can go.
Look at Lena, who was still staring at the ground. I looked at Lena.
Look at Lena.
Look at Lena. I actually read it as look at Lena. Blah, 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 whatever, bugs. Plus, Lena likes to read, so she probably read many biological, botanical, and so on books. Perhaps she wants to be an entomologist. ...
Where will you head next?
Lena's
The
words drew me
love
away from those scary
baby.
thoughts. We'd been standing in the square for some time. Oh my god. Why did I see it as awkward?
Just don't forget, all right?
Don't forget what?
I'll get these nuts.
Well, tonight, after dinner, at the infirmary.
Her face got a slightly grumpy look to it. What?
Ugh.
No
my
way,
God.
that's impossible. Alright. Right after dinner. I'm at your service. I fought too late. At my words, Lena blushed even harder. Blush harder. I need to find a way to ease the
I'm gonna pass
situation.
out.
Tomato.
Why did the nurse ask you to do it?
I don't know.
Eat her out in the infirmary. What is wrong with you?
The way that you get the voice for the so what is it called again? Funko Pop
Evan.
genre. Is they just put like a dude in a box,
Evan,
put like the
read.
filter on his voice and say, okay, read these lines. You don't
Waiting
get
for Connor.
Sorry.
No, don't.
I was just sitting on the bench and reading a book when she came, and
Wait, what?
That's
Okay.
the line.
It's smart to ask a reliable person who would never say no.
Never say
I
no.
didn't say
Never
that.
say no. Okay.
Okay.
no
Well,
means
then,
no,
after dinner.
Steven. Okay. I'll be off then.
Yes, sure. Who says yes, sure? She walked off somewhere beside the club, beside the clubs, and I just stood at the square for some time. What does that mean? Beside the
AFKing.
clubs. So
Like
what's
the
next?
clubhouses. Remember the
Ace of
clubs where the
spades.
dudes were?
I don't remember that.
You don't
You know where
remember
Josiah
Josiah
was?
and the other guy?
Oh, the different clubhouses. I forgot entirely about that scene.
You're
But
dumb.
we had our one selection. So what's next? I decided to visit my cabin in order to collect my phone. I don't know where I'll find myself today, but having a watch is always useful.
Watch my.
So having a wristwatch is much easier. Suddenly I heard a different tune which was cutting through the usual noise of the camp. I listened to it carefully. Sounds like an
There it
electric
is.
guitar. 3 repeated chords, no more.
Oh, it's Green Day.
But this melody still felt somehow warm, as if a vacuum tube-based audio amplifier was used. Thank you. Could there be such a luxury here? The sound was definitely coming from somewhere near the stage area. I was wondering who that could be. Ooh,
I should go take a look.
it might be Miku.
Yeah,
It
you
might
get
be
to meet
looking.
Billy. What the fuck? Is
Oh,
his
it might
name?
be Miku. I don't think Miku plays a guitar though. It's probably the
It could be
delinquent
Billy.
girl.
It could be,
Coming to the stage
The
area, I
baseball
caught a
man.
sight of Alyssa on the stage. Oh, she's the
Who is that?
It's the girl with the
What?
baseball. Also, yeah, cool angle.
Oh my
great
God.
angle. The girl was
Wow.
giving
She
it
looked
all.
like that.
With her eyes closed,
Who
she
did
placed
this
one of her
voice?
legs upon the speaker
I
and was
don't
swaying her
know.
body
Oh,
with the
no, dude.
rhythm of the music. I couldn't
this?
recognize the melody, but I was pretty sure that I'd heard it before. Probably something like from Soviet rock. I could have named a dozen bands in this genre right off the bat, but I was hardly an expert. The song seemed really simple. God, you could have analyzed this
You
for
literally
years.
said
Literally
that.
just a 3-chord progression.
Dude, I fucking hate Seaman.
This is taking. He's just analyzing it. Probably even I could have played. Wait, probably even I could have played it.
Incel. What a loser incel.
Give
How'd you
it some
say that?
time to practice.
Probably could I have
Probably even I could have played it. Give
Fucking
it some
Pumpkin.
time to practice. I wonder where Alyssa got her playing skills.
You just said
In the
she didn't have
USSR, such music had never been nationally acclaimed. The future rock star wasn't taking any notice of me.
Yeah, I noticed. You're looking at it.
Oh my
undergarment.
God! It was like she was trying to become one with the music, to resound in every note. In every
Okay, we know you
bar,
had to
in every
pad out the
triplet.
game. Please
Rock
get to it.
Heroes in the 80s, friend.
Just show me the nurse sex scene already.
Ah!
Did you like it?
Oh.
Wait, we already
Uh,
Drew does
What?
that, don't we?
Someone
Yeah.
had it. Someone, yeah, was that
Wait,
her?
Shoot. I think
was
that was
it
her
me?
voice.
There were two characters
That looked
someone was
similar.
doing. One of them was. The other one was.
That
She
was
doesn't
me.
seem as surprised
Yeah.
as I
Because
would have
Lena's original
expected.
voice was the Crumble, I think.
Yeah, that was cool.
As if you could do any better.
Wait, what? Why is it changed? Smiled Alyssa slyly. Slyly?
She's John Wick.
I'm not saying that I can do it better.
So you were like a.
I'm not a
diet
pro
muscle
in music.
Diet Muscle Man's better. No doubt.
man.
Yep. I didn't know what to tell her next and was heading on my way.
Wait a minute.
3-chord progression.
What?
Hey,
Heard about the evening dance party?
I like this voice like 10 times better. I thought it was a ball.
Ball. Dance party.
This
What's
was
the
the
difference?
voice.
Yeah, this was.
She frowned. Yes, I did.
Muscle Man.
And so what?
Are you going to go?
After throwing those words, she turned away.
You didn't though.
I'm not sure. And you?
What am I going to do there? Watch the herd of morons?
There was some truth to Alyssa's words, but this open disrespect surprised me. Apparently they have common morals or something. It's clear that it's not the idea of a ball
What's
that
that?
she hates.
Yeah,
why?
It isn't it isn't the idea of a ball that she hates.
What do you mean by
Oh.
why?
Wink,
Well, why don't you want to come?
wink, wink.
It's funny. It's ought to be fun.
Do you really think so?
Annoyance flashed in her voice. I don't know, but I thought that you would.
Never liked them.
She interrupted me.
There's absolutely nothing to do with this party.
I see. So what's your plan
Spitting
then?
all over his monitor.
I asked just to keep the conversation going.
I'll just carry on practicing.
What are you practicing?
The song, dumbass. You ever even heard it?
Peace.
Alyssa had gone totally
Sus.
mad. A few more wrong
The
answers, and I will
imposter.
have to run for my life. Who wrote that song?
I did.
So you wrote it by yourself?
By myself.
Like
Cool.
You know who else wrote that song?
An awkward silence hung in the
My
air.
mom.
Okay then.
Don't you want to listen?
Did I just hear it?
Oh, you're such a
That's not what I meant.
She pouted.
The whole song is just a jam for now.
Ah, come on, do it then.
Not right now.
What the fuck? What the
Controlled.
bitch? Well, I don't do it. Well, oh god.
It's my word.
Well, don't do it then.
What the
Not
fuck
the
is wrong with you?
I felt uncertain about what she wanted from me.
You mean you don't want me to play?
Seems like I frustrated her. I got ready for her to smash the
thought they forgot
guitar
the
on my
space.
forehead. Yeah, doesn't it?
What's smashed?
Smashed it. I got ready for her to smash the guitar
What
on my
smashed
on my
up?
forehead, or
Smashed
something
the
even
guitar
worse.
on my forehead.
But there was only an upset expression on Alyssa's face. I want to. I told you. What?
Come here tonight then. I'll play it for
Wait,
you.
what, are we going to the booby nurse or her?
For me, we're the booby nurse. We're gonna eat her out. For me, how cute. Nice the dance party.
All right, stream
You
over.
said that you
Nice,
wouldn't
nice
go.
night, everyone.
Sex scene with Carl.
I didn't
Weezer
say
chorus.
that.
Oh my god.
Frankly speaking, I didn't want to go, but messing around with the
What the fuck?
chat, who the heck was that? Was no good eater. Who's Diva Chat?
No good eater.
The eater.
Ogla Dmitriev. Yeah, won't like it.
Screw her.
Oh,
That's
I'd
the
like
plan.
to, yeah. Said
Oh.
Alyssa, getting steamed up.
Okay.
Oh, we can't. Can we?
She'll
Should
kill
we?
you. Muscle Man will drive a stake through your heart.
Yeah, but the hot nurse. And what about Lena?
Oh, true.
She hates you already. It's fine.
Yeah, let's not. I don't like her anyway. All right, let's not go. All of this wasn't really what I planned.
Oh, screw off. Not that I was really interested myself, bro.
She clucked her disapproval.
What?
Turned away.
Look.
Clucked her disapproval. I was just she cucked her disapproval. Oh, I skipped that. I looked towards the canteen. I suppose it's time to go. Hunger is a sharp thorn. I
you
turned
had one
around.
conversation.
I would intend to call Alyssa to come along.
He's 600 pounds.
But she
Yeah, I
looks
guess
so
we've never seen the
cheerless
main
and
character. He could just be massive.
semen.
That is his name.
Every musician should know when it's time to leave. I grumbled under my breath. Dot dot dot. Who is marching to 4 in a row? It's our pioneer squad. I gotta be honest, I just read his name and didn't read anything else. And I just stopped because
I noticed.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Pioneers in a row usually march to the canteen and survival camp. I'm not even trying. I was looking for a place where no one would disturb me. Like what happened before. Just so I can eat in peace. And for that, I have to at least not be the last one to come.
Ha ha.
But I was pretty. Oh my god, this guy just overthinks
About the
everything.
Hatsune
He's
Miku.
so annoying.
There's Miku. There's
That's
Miku.
the-
Miku.
Is that? That's I can't tell. She doesn't have the pigtails. That's like rip-off. That's Asuka.
Yeah, I
from
don't think
frickin-
Hatsune Miku is
That's
actually here.
Evangelion lady. But there's a green one.
What?
But I was pretty sure whatever
Asuka has
happened.
red hair.
Oh wait, far left.
Asuka's red hair.
maybe.
This one right here. You
Far
can't see.
left.
Can you,
No,
you
I was
can't see
talking
my
about the one on the
mouse.
far right.
She doesn't have pigtails though. That's the problem.
Look at the one on the far left. It's a little bit of a bright shade of blue, but
That's
Maybe it's because the
green.
sun's. Maybe it's because the sun's shining on it.
Maybe.
I don't know. Whatever happens, blah blah blah. The canteen was crammed as full as an egg.
What does that mean?
What was an egg?
What?
All good
Lord.
Dmitrievna was standing
She's
at the
gonna choke you
entrance,
out.
guarding it like a hawk. I hope so.
She does look like she's gonna kill you, like for
Hello,
fun at some
well,
point.
Seaman, were you working hard today?
You talked to 2 people.
Hard enough. Yeah, we barely did anything.
Working hard or hardly working? Am I? Well done, truly. Wait.
What?
Hello, everybody. Well done and truly. I'm.
Well done, truly well done.
Hello, everybody. Well done, truly well done, and the hardest is yet to come.
I just bet.
Oh, fine. Take a seat next to the girls.
Which one?
You're putting
The
it at the table next to
girls.
the pillar.
The
Slava,
table next to the
Eula, and
table.
Lena was already
Oh my gosh! Yes.
All together.
not bad company. At least not the worst. I got my meal and went up to them. Do you mind
Oh
if
my
I sit
gosh.
here? Oh
The
god.
gang.
This is all 3 of us.
I caught myself surrounding a bit clueless.
My hands are cupped around my mouth.
There were there were no other free places anywhere.
No, of course not.
Oh god.
Wait.
Okay. Lena remained silent. Today the meal consisted of a plate of borscht
Oh my god.
and fried potatoes and a glass of something. I found myself liking the look of food more and more. I guess I just came to the conclusion that I have no other choice, which means there's no use in complaining. Wait, what's are you okay? What's happening? Alana's having a breakdown. Thank God there's something to eat.
Happened to the ball
Okay.
tonight.
I don't know.
Nothing told me that nowhere to go.
Lana said happily. You will come for sure.
Of course, I can't miss the opportunity to go into the pub once you make a fool of yourself.
She got it right, so I decided not to reply. Oh god, this guy. And what about you? I asked Lena.
Yeah.
She replied briefly.
Great. See, you should go too then.
Said Slavia, as if leaving me no choice.
What?
He fell
You
down the
just-
well.
Yeah. Apparently, Yulana was so pleased with her joke that she laughed out loud. But what the fuck? Who says? Okay, but I really had nothing to wear.
Whoa.
My wardrobe was just a pioneer uniform and my winter clothes, which could be improper even in the evening. And what will?
You got like the message right, but you said completely the wrong words.
Yeah, I don't know how that
How'd
happened.
you
I'm
do
not
that?
lying. When I
Small
said I
move.
actually have, it should say mild, but it's like acute dyslexia. Like I actually do read words wrong. Like
Yeah,
I was not
you
lying.
Dyslexia.
And what will be dressed in entertainer?
See? Plant.
Will it be a little dressed like in kindergarten's
Matinee.
matinee.
Manatee.
Manatee. I actually. Yulana turned red. Looks like I managed to offend her.
What is that face?
Among Us.
No, I will wear a bio.
Your dyslexia is so cute. Shut up.
I don't catch an infection from you.
I wonder what kind of infection
It's
are
an
you?
If you're trying to do
STD.
the
It doesn't-
noise.
What kind of infection are you afraid of catching from?
Enough, you guys. Don't quarrel.
Idiocy.
Stop doing that, please.
Looks like Yulana was highly pleased with her. As she fought brilliant answer again. Insane. You know,
Yeah, that
if
wasn't
you
dyslexia,
already
just
have
really
the
bad
flu,
dialogue.
you can't catch a cold. It is translated from Russian. So it's not going to be perfect, is it?
You can play that game.
You can play that game.
What are you implying?
Why'd you, like, lick your hands for that?
I had to
He's gonna make
prepare.
it
Oh,
a seal.
nothing. Nothing at all. I looked away shyly.
Slyly.
You mean that?
She went red again. I don't mean anything.
Guys!
Given that it was Lena who was it was interferred.
Interfered.
Alright, that one was just beat at time. It probably really was time to stop. Interfered. That's not what the.
You're asking for it. You're gonna get it.
Can you make like demon noises before
What?
you say stuff every single time?
Because it's fun.
Oh, he actually said what? I just answered like him. What? You're finally wise up. You'll
Yo.
finally wise up. Ew!
God.
I came.
Yo. Tipped it over your head.
Instead
oh
of
my
replying, Yulana grabbed her plate filled with borscht and tipped it over my head.
God. Borscht on your head.
This game met an unexpected finale. Oh, you little. She jumped up and tried to run away.
Tried.
Oh my.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Oh.
I know what's gonna
No.
happen, but this time she won't get away. I grabbed her hand.
Uh-oh.
Erm. And now what?
Discord mod,
I
Discord
can't
mod,
just smash
Discord
her head
mod.
against the table.
Put a
What?
big back. Put a
This
big
pantomime
black box
lasted
over
a
the
few
screen.
seconds. Suddenly, Yulana skillfully grabbed a glass full of compote,
Compote.
and splashed it
I'm
on
jealous.
in my face. In my face. Think about that. That way she managed to get
all up in your
Think
to
about
face.
get free of my grip. Compote all up in my face. She dashed off,
There's quick.
and I chased her. This resulted in several flip
Oh my
tables,
god.
a pile of
Oh my
smashed
Crippled
tableware,
by various
5
injuries.
parties crippled by bears, and in full exhaustion of both parties. 5 pure. What? We've
They're
crippled
dead.
them.
Their lives are ruined.
A
Lady's in a fucking
draw,
wheelchair.
sort of. A belligerent draw with too much
Goes,
belligerency.
"Welcome."
There's like limbs strewn across the
We
cafeteria.
stood before each other and breathed heavily. Tell me, you won't behave this way again. I'm taking that. You Laga Demetria snuck up on us from behind.
Laga. Saga Dmitriev.
I'm calling her Balenciaga from now on.
The Balenciaga
Why does he say her
bag.
full name, by the way, every time? When you
He
think
goes,
about
"Oh,
it,
but
such
for
a
the
riot
group."
couldn't go unnoticed.
Hello, well, are you satisfied with yourselves now?
Her voice,
Here's blurrier.
appeared to be calm, but I was sure she was just
She's
about
the
to
lower wrench in
explode.
Uliana.
And who's gonna clean up all this mess?
Exactly what happened.
Hello, well, who am I asking? Wait.
It's just Connor,
Yeah.
replied Yulana with complete confidence. I objected less confidently.
Both.
The camp leader brought a conclusive end to this ongoing argument. Generally, I wasn't sure that my share of this blame was more than hers. Although Yulana didn't have a drop of guilt on her face. That was just a noise!
Eat it.
Comes
I'm like,
Oh.
there we go. The vibe. This is his fault. He started it first.
No, No, it isn't.
Oh, yes, it is.
I'm not going to sort out
That's not
all the
you.
nonsense. Oh, I'm wrong.
You're so stupid. Hello, but I'm not going to sort out all that nonsense. Hello, Seaman. Grab him off a bucket of some cloths, you know, that kind of stuff in the closet. And as for you,
Whoops. She looked at Yolanda with such a burning gaze that I felt a bit sorry for the
Went in
girl.
for rough gay sex.
What?
Exclamation point! Exclamation point!
I mean, it could be a
exclamation
dude. We actually don't know. Technically.
point. Pick up the broken tableware immediately.
What about the crippled people? Olaga
Angel
Balenciaga.
Go to the big booby nurse.
Take a deep breath and
The
continue.
big booby nurse will go.
She'll
entirely-
say Carl.
Hello, everybody. You're nothing but trouble. How many times have I told you?
I decided to skip the lecture. I went to the closet that appeared to be the near exit. Suddenly, a perfect idea flashed in my
How is that
head.
a perfect idea? Literally, how is that a perfect idea? There is saliva
Why don't I
all
just
over my
run
mic.
away? Surely Olga Balenciaga has caught
Olga.
us already. But
Surely
but
Olga
I'm not the
Nobunaga.
one to blame. Of course, I'm not the true pioneer she keeps talking about, but in comparison to
Are we
Yolana.
not in horrible PNGs of like talking
Anyway,
into the game?
she's the principal culprit.
Can we just replace? Can we replace Josiah's entire character with Nagemura?
Wait, what?
So
Like
cool.
all the sprites.
It's not like I
Why
have
such a
nothing
shitty
better to
character,
do than cleaning up the mess here. I have to seek answers. The truth is out here. Somehow flashed through my mind. Did we go see the big booby nurse? Big booby nurse or stay here?
Penis.
This one's up to you, Mason.
Penis.
I feel like if I run away, I won't get to eat her out. But if I don't run away, then I won't get to eat her out.
Run away. You don't get to eat her out.
The solution came out of thin
Oh, no.
air. Well, blah, blah, was scolding
The game's
Yolanda.
already
I
gonna
snuck
spank
to the
you.
exit. Thank goodness I was nearby. Flipping outside, I hesitated a few moments.
Oh,
and
no.
ran into electronic. Oh!
This was
No!
you,
I'm gonna have to. I've made a mistake. The gay. Looks like he was working till later.
Pride Month, Mason. You can't say that.
True, you're right. Who's electronic?
It's
It's
you. You're
you.
every male
Electronic.
character.
Oh shoot! You're right. What did he sound like? I don't remember.
No.
Make something up.
Where's the No, we already have
No,
that.
that's
Same
Evan's
voice
voice.
as Lena.
Where's the fire?
Oh my god.
Fire. My shuttle is
The
leaving in
Z
10 minutes.
Patrick.
What? Hey, wait. Electronics words hung in the air behind me.
Fucking rot.
I call it
You know why
electronic,
Mason
though.
can't remember his voice. Remember how you were saying all of Mason's voices were literally just Mason?
Oh, I forgot. Yeah.
He just did not like do a voice. He
I
just
ran
didn't
off
care.
towards the square. It's definitely not the best place to hide. Indeed, in a
said that
state of
out
stress
loud.
or fatigue, I frequently start talking to myself. You talk to yourself literally all day. Well, not really talking, but rather mumbling under my breath. It helps me to concentrate and find the right solution quickly. Evan is in the game. That's not. Wow.
What?
Evan, you just got called
That is
electric.
not Evan.
That
You are
doesn't look
not-
like
you
Not
Evan
even
at all.
electronic.
Not even close.
Yeah. Okay, where to next? Where's the freaking where should I go? Infirmary. The best place would be the one with the least amount of people.
Can you
Consequently.
just run?
Whoops! How did I?
Well, he wouldn't want to go to the
Consequently,
infirmary.
my
He wants to
lies
go
in
somewhere
the
with a few
woods.
amount of people.
Ah, he's gonna go into.
There are a
the
lot of
Yeah,
people
there's
there right now.
5 more now.
Dude, I gotta go to the infirmary, but.
But
Half a minute later, I was already relaxing, sitting on a stump near the forest trail. I don't know why I said stump like that. That was one
She's
hell
gonna
of a
catch you.
getaway.
No, it wasn't. You stammered at one
Gateway?
person.
I hope that gateway. I hope that will teach Yolanda to behave. Indeed, she's not a child anymore.
You are
Well,
equally at fault.
sad but true. Not
I
a
hate
child
him.
anymore.
What?
What? Am I
What?
crazy? Did he just actually said that?
He likes kids.
He likes children.
Oh my
A
gosh,
fair
wait, he's
share of the
actually
broken
reflecting.
tableware is because of me. Moreover, one might mention that I didn't have to engage.
Oh my god.
Shut up, dude. I got
Go
me.
see
It
the
got
big
me
movie Nurse
thinking.
already.
He's thinking though.
Oh no.
How's the weather?
Flavia
Oh my
stood right
God.
before me.
Someone play the nightmare piano.
Wait, I'm listening to the music. How does she How does she manage to sneak up unnoticed?
Mason, can I play large warehouse ambience?
Yeah, play it. Play it. Oh, wait.
Industrial warehouse ambience. Here we go.
There we
Turning
go.
that up to 200%.
It'll be in the background while we're in the forest. She does. How does she? I already read this part. Fine. Those were the only words I managed to squeeze out of myself.
I thought I'd find you here.
Why?
I'm not sure, it's just
She looked up at the sky.
God told me. There are a few people around here.
Does
I
Slavia
have a
really
last
think I have
friend.
some sort of social phobia? On second thoughts, she actually has a good reason to think so. And what are you doing here? Why is she Applejack? Human. And what are you doing here?
Looking for you. Blushes cutely.
This one's so much
She's
better,
not even
hold on.
blushing. What are you
Globes.
talking about? She smiled again, but this time her smile looked a bit different. A lit friendlier. I guess. Me? Why?
Can't you guess?
I braced and prepared for a harsh lecture.
I
Nightmare
understand that
Warehouse
you're
noises
guilty
is
to a
better.
lesser degree than Ul. How do you say her name?
Uliana.
Uliana.
I always said Ulana, but that doesn't actually make any
Uliana.
sense.
Uliana.
Not a camp leader's assistant is
Nabu
defending
Naga.
me. I felt even more pathetic. Hey, I'm serious, serious. Wait. Ah, I love.
That's
my
one
brain.
Yes, good death sound.
Restart.
Ah.
Damn, get serious. We're not playing a bad cop, good cop here.
But if I grant you that you aren't gonna help her, you can at least help me.
Saying that, Slavia looked up at the sky yet again. I wonder what she's looking at for up there.
God.
And what do I need to do?
We have to reorganize the books in the library.
Am I gonna go eat around the
What?
library? It's way better than disciplinary enslavement.
Can you
to get
help
a
me do my
Vilana.
tasks?
And
help me
anyway,
do my
it was
taxes?
an
Doing the
offer
imposter.
I
I'm
could
not
have
the
refused.
imposter.
I'm all at your service, mademoiselle, or
Oh,
madam.
Get
She
away from
laughed.
me. And follow me, monsieur.
Oh
my God.
She would say that.
In a couple of minutes, we were in the
Moshway.
library. In the library.
Follow me, monsieur.
In the library. We're outside of
Call
it.
me Monsoon.
Mommy Monsoon. Is that what I call her? All the way I kept looking around in fear of meeting Olga Dmitri. Okay, let's look at her name
Dreams,
first.
Jack.
Dmitrievna. It looks like Slavia didn't notice my anxiety. And still,
What's your
it's
warehouse
quite
ambient
odd.
at?
Not very loud.
You should turn it up.
200% now. It's way too
There you go. I got mine at like 120, 130.
loud. There you
I
go.
might know whatever it was at.
Yeah, and still, it's quite odd that she hasn't scolded me. Well, if we are to continue our analogy, Slavia is definitely the good cop. The ambience is throwing me off now. When we went inside, this makes it way terrifying.
Yeah, that's the point.
Gleaming
gonna be a
sunlight
jump scare.
streamed through the windows of the library with a myriad of dust particles dancing in the beams. This is a special library. This is special library dust with that distinctive smell that you can never confuse with anything else.
Oh god, I love that special library dust.
These microscopic pieces of moribund.
The
Collected-
moribund.
The moribund?
The morbibund.
Don't even know what that-
Morbius.
Collected works
The
of
Morbius.
Marxism and Leninism.
There's one
classics.
there's 1 more billion books in this library.
That's interesting. Does the dust near the fiction shell smell familiar to the dust near the physics and chemistry?
Man, this guy's just smelling books.
Bro,
It just
what?
smells.
You start with those rows.
Lob, you're pointing at the bookshelf near left. I'm gonna have to mute the ambience. It keeps cutting out.
That's funny though.
Fine. Back to the end. Slavia pointing at the bookshelf near Lenin's sculpted head.
Pointed the bookshelf.
I'm planting the bookshelf.
Okay, but what exactly do I have to do?
Just remove the books from the shelves and put them on the floor.
Flavia's a psycho. Oh, okay.
We'll dust them and then we'll put them back.
By looking at all this dust, reading is hardly the pioneer's favorite activity. Any ideas when Zendaya might be?
Don't know. She probably went somewhere.
Strange. It appears that are just two places in the world where library and a canteen. I got into gear.
And put on his PPE.
Yeah, what's that? I guess I never handled so many books in I guess I've never handled so many books in at one time in my entire life. Alright. Anyway, I'm much more used to... Oh my god, I'm gonna kill myself. Anyway, I'm much more used to reading from a computer screen or a tablet. Firstly, there's no need to pay for electronic books. And secondly, you cannot find everything in printed form, so it's just pirating books.
How's it going, bros? My name is PewDiePie.
Ask Slavia, standing behind the bookshelf. It's okay. It's going little by little. Have you read anything about that? About what?
What?
What the hell are you talking about? Steve?
Wait!
Oh yeah, there we go.
He is just schizo.
Well, about communism.
Oh,
I'm kind of more into historical books
so communism.
Communism?
and adventures.
So
Communism.
Me too! ... Well, historical literature wasn't exactly my favorite, but the class struggle under socialism was definitely no match for it.
Bruh.
Hey, don't hold a grudge against Uliana.
I don't. Indeed, I felt that my had ego mostly recovered from the incident at the
He's
canteen.
getting griefed. He already can't read. And they're
I
just
can't
throwing
read,
words in
and
there.
it's like awful.
Like a minefield.
Besides, I managed to cleanse myself with the lunch leftovers in
minefield
a forest
blindfolded.
lake. Yeah, actually saying that he never pointed out how he got clean, and I guess he...
It's not like she's doing all that out of spite. Use this toothbrush.
Out of spite or not, one should think through one's own actions.
He's the one who crippled 5 dudes.
Whatever. I kept moving. That's true. We did cripple 5 dudes. I kept moving around dozens of books written by people totally unknown to me. I'm gonna forget who they are in a minute. I'll never get to know. I keep pausing along with the freaking ambience. And I'll never get to know
He's actually
what
not
they were
here.
reading about. That is a doom of many writers. What? To become a forsaken set of letters
Does
in a
pause over the
hardcover of the bookshelf in the library of a non-existent pioneer camp's reality.
Have you finished?
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
No.
Me too. Okay, let's do it this way. I'll wipe them down, you put them back on the shelf.
But I don't remember what order they were
Remember.
placed in.
Remember.
Remy.
What order they were placed in before.
It's okay. Nobody reads them anyway.
Bro.
Flavia.
It looks like she has a smile for every
No, she's only got like 3.
Yeah, she's like a PNG tuber.
That's
couple of
literally what
times
she
I
is.
noticed
She's like a
slight
set of
differences.
sprites mason.
Shades of emotions in that smile.
Oh God,
joy,
he's doing it
happiness,
again.
sadness. But these shades were so evanescent. I wasn't sure. This time, her smile looked a little flirty. Yeah, probably. At least I wouldn't be reading this stuff.
Ivan's desperately
Flavia
waiting
was
for,
wiping
like,
the
another
covers with a
electro
dance
swing.
off, and I was
Dude, I'm hovering over the voice on voice mod.
putting the books back on.
Evan's got his hand hovering above his
Oh,
revolver.
we have to find Lena. We were a good team. Our job was almost done.
Why didn't you take anything from the upper shelves?
Upper shelves? I looked up.
Bro, gamers don't look up.
Sorry, I hadn't noticed them. It's like 2
It's
feet tall,
alright.
bro. It's like.
Oh, you're gonna get a PNG here. You're
Wait
gonna
a
get
moment.
a PNG here.
I'll bring the
Oh,
chair.
you
Oh,
want me to
no.
get a PNG?
Yo!
Oh, no.
Even my rather considerable stature, I wouldn't. be
Rather
able to
considerable
get
means
them.
5'3".
He's definitely 5'3". Look at
It
these
is
shelves.
Jason.
You
Oh my
couldn't
God,
see
are
the
you gonna
top
fall on
shelf.
Slavia? Are you gonna fall on Slavia and you're gonna
I
have
stood
an
at a
amazing
chair,
anime
proceeded to
moment?
remove. I hope so. From the shelves and passed them to
And
Slavia.
then someone's gonna bust
After
in
a
and go, are
while,
you two having
there were
sex in
only
here?
about a dozen books left on the end of the shelf. It looked to me it
Henry's got
wouldn't
really
be
loud.
hard to
Yep.
reach that far.
He's
He's gonna elbow drop Slavia.
I always been the type to take a larger bite rather than biting twice. Taking the
Slavia's
full
death
bite
scene.
without moving the chair under me became a fatal
my
error.
God.
Oh my God,
Why
this
did
is
he
death
say
scene.
it like this? He's gonna
Yeah,
kill her.
more
He's gonna
characters,
die.
I
Oh! No!
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Why do you grab her wrist?
Let's go.
True.
Opening my eyes, I found myself on top of Slavia.
Is he
Are
postured
you-
like that? Look
Did
at him.
Are you alive? What? I got the fright of my life. Even if I'm only 17. I gotta leave.
Yeah, sure you
I
are.
gotta leave, bro.
Or this
Falling
is
off a
like
chair
all
onto a
over
girl
again.
is something else.
I'm fine.
As a tofu.
Please get off me.
You're crushing my
Her face
lyrics.
was only
He
an
does
inch
have a
away
toe
from
thumb.
anything broken. I'm just like,
No,
we're just like this, and I'm just like,
Any-
anything
Anything
broken?
broken?
I don't think so.
Get off me.
You'd make a
You make a rather bad stuntman. That's not you.
I know. It's. She laughed. You bet. Looking into her eyes, just looked.
You're weird.
Yeah,
I
bro.
wasn't
Get
sure
off
what
her.
I should say.
Get off her,
Slavia,
maybe.
he's like sitting here like thinking. I either hesitated to or just let me. be.
Who's walking
At
in
this
the
rate,
room?
something might
Bet
happen.
Stewie Griffin walks in the room.
Her lips were so close to mine. A natural desire started to awaken
No,
my
you're
body.
a
that is
criminal.
rape.
Was it right?
That is sexual harassment.
I had the urge to
Uh,
stand up, but I was unable to do so.
Oh my fucking
So I
God.
was just lying in silence and looking straight at my
Stewie
eyes.
Griffin's
AFK.
busting into the room going,
All of a sudden,
"What are
I
you
noticed the
doing?"
bell ring on the edge of my hearing.
Yeah, the rape bell.
It's dinner
The rape
time.
whistle started. Eat her out. No! It's dinner time. I mean, it's dinner time. Yeah!
Shall we go? Or shall we lie here some more?
Oh! What? She
Aw.
smiled again, and this time her smile seemed foxy.
Mm.
As if she was
Foxy,
hinting
like
at
from
something.
Freddy
Let's
Fazbear.
go. I didn't move an inch. Well, if you're going to
If
go,
we're gonna
you
go,
need to
you
get up
need to get up
first.
first. Get
Obviously.
your weird toe thumb
I
off
felt
me.
like I felt some invisible force was holding me. Face.
It's called
Flavia
your
seemed
sins.
to recognize that carefully out from under me.
Ow.
She's what?
You're holding her. You're fucking holding her
in
down.
Arms. Are you going to
stay
stay
there?
here? What? This dude missed the opportunity. She literally said, "You want to stay here?" And he was like, I'm hungry." She laughed.
He said, "I'm gonna go get food," and then just sat there holding her.
At that point, I finally came to my senses. I'm sorry.
It's okay. You should be. But we haven't finished it all.
Oh yeah,
Not everybody comes their pants from being within an inch of a girl.
We'll have to
I already
clean up the
came
rest
early.
later.
Don't you remember?
Not everybody, but that doesn't include semen.
Yeah,
They call them that for a
sure.
reason.
I stayed silent all the way to the canteen. Flavia rambled on about her life. Given that I was indeed a monologue, I wasn't paying much attention. Wow.
Yeah, he's too busy doing his own
Coming to the
internal monologue.
canteen, I see Olivia Demetriev.
Olivia?
Olivia
They just call it, I
Demetriev.
actually read that as Olivia.
Bruh.
Don't go.
Hello, everybody. Don't you have some explaining to do, young man?
This does not. Okay, I'm turning off the ambient. Now I remember what I was. That. I really cleared my throat for that.
It didn't help.
Now
It
I
didn't help.
remember what it was that I'd forgotten.
You ran away.
Nope.
Hello, everybody. How was your cleaning duty?
Good enough.
Oh, hello. That's not what Yulana told me.
That was all her fault.
And what did I tell you?
I ordered.
Basin. I ordered you to clean it up together. And what were you doing?
I didn't know what to say. As deep down, I knew that she was right. Right.
Oh boy.
Ooh, that
man.
hair floosh.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god. Just shunned her.
The battle.
She looks like
Seaman
freaking.
was
Wait.
helping me
She
in
looks
the
like
library.
Who's the woman from Evangelion? Misato.
What she does? Hey, Carnage, do you know Candace?
Oh my god, it does look like Misato. I'm looking up an image. Dude, that's weird. Alright, we got Misato here. Anyway. Did you read your line? I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
Wasn't the Carnage Candace girl Asuka and that?
It was Asuka.
Yeah, that's kind of an Asuka face though. that
Yeah.
she's making.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh,
Asuka always bitching.
Hey, Carnage. Oh,
Yeah. You
Sorry.
said Monica? Oh, not Monica. What the fuck?
What?
I said
Wrong
Monica.
game, Mason. Wrong visual novel.
like Monica from Doki Doki Literature Club. Hello, everybody. Well, that's all great and stuff, but whoa, Poop just ran.
What?
To cut a
What?
long story short, you won't get dinner tonight.
Oh my god, he's gonna fucking die.
How
he has to
was
eat
that?
every 10 minutes.
Why? I protested. However, my protest looked more like a demand for a refill at my prison mess hall. Bold and daring, but still stupid and counterproductive.
Ollie, hello, everybody. That will teach you a lesson.
At that instant, Olga.
What is wrong with you?
I've said it already.
Not you,
Olga
not your
Dmitriev
character.
looked
Seaman. What is
more
wrong with
like
that?
an ancient Roman legionnaire commander with a tiny pioneer camp leader. What the fuck? Roman legionnaire commander than a tiny pioneer camp. I had no idea how to oppose her.
Forgive him. Hold me responsible.
The camp leader took
Why?
her time to think it over.
Seaman would definitely
What?
let Flavia pay.
What?
Hey,
Oh, wait. Hello, or alright.
Steven, you piece of shit, say something.
Thanks.
And Seaman gotta let the
What?
women do all
Thanks,
the work.
Seaman. What?
Steven, you motherfucker.
Oh, that's so messed up.
well, I'm gonna
Oh,
join
no,
the
she can eat
girls. We
anyway.
had a prior arrangement.
Wait, what the fuck?
So what? You just got
no
out of it.
consequences.
We just got out of it.
Punishment cancelled.
Well,
She just like, tanked the consequences and they didn't matter. Take care.
She smiled and waved her eyes. Seriously, where would I be without her?
Hungry.
There were no free places near Slavia. And besides, I hadn't been introduced
Oh,
to
hungry
her
is a
friend.
place.
It seems that I have to share dinner
Oh,
table
no.
with Electronic
Oh,
and
Lord.
Shurik.
Ready for the
Oh,
Mason
no.
schizo
Thank God.
conversation?
There were
Let me go get
no
a
more
snack. Let me go get a
places to sit.
Josiah.
This is really what I would say. What's happening, gentlemen? Why'd I change the frickin'... Every time I had to deal with them, I got an itching desire to tease them. Or at least drop some cheeky or cocky banter.
I think that's the first time they used the word cocky in this game.
I think it is
Is there
too.
possibly a reason?
I might I might be too risky to behave that way, but the electronic brothers were my primary source of positive emotions.
You hate the women.
Wait, what? How are you doing? What voice that I have Patrick.
Can you just do the same voice?
Oh yeah, I'll just be me. Fine. What about you? It hits and misses. Did something happen? Lots of stuff. Mind sharing? Nah, some other time maybe. Suit yourself. He made a helpless gesture. We're going to the ball after dinner. Electronic giggled. I know that. Who would you want to ask out? I hadn't thought about it yet. What about you? Well, it seemed today that all you see
Shut up.
is... Wait, what? It seemed that this question caught him off guard. Ask Yulana. That would make
No.
her happy. No thanks. Whoa.
Look at that pose.
Dude. I'm thinking... Wait, screenshotting this, bro.
Also, is it just me or is he transparent?
I don't think he's transparent.
No, they're both transparent.
I can't see through them.
Oh,
Did I
wait.
miss anything important?
Yeah, look at his
It
pose.
just
they're
phased
fine now, they're
properly
fine
into
now.
reality. I know what you were saying, Connor. I think it
Yeah,
was
they
the
were-
Discord
Thanks.
stream not updating properly.
I tracked him
Yeah.
and fiercely waved his hands. And you, Shurik, gotta ask Alyssa out? Thanks. I'll pass.
Ew, Josiah and her? No Josiah and Muscle Man. I'm gonna
He
veto that.
looked calmer than his mate. Oh, come on, guys.
Mate?
It'd be fun. And in any
They
case,
bang in the
Sucks.
room.
we've
Yeah,
got
they have
things
rough
to
sex
do.
every day.
We have we still have to finish the robot.
Yeah, the robot.
Robotics Club? This is?
That's literally why we called him Josiah.
I forgot about that.
Well, that and he looks like.
Oh,
anime
that's a
Josiah.
marvelous idea. Ask your robot out. Can it dance? It can't even walk yet.
Yeah, that's our robotics team.
Shirk probably missed the point. That's a Josiah statement right there. He didn't get the sarcasm. Shirk probably missed the point completely. Yeah. Why
At Josiah leaves Discord server.
why it would be a great demonstration of our achievements in front of the cam. And what would we show to them? That was a schizo conversation. Yeah, you're right. They
I
both
like that
stared at
Mason,
their plates
Mason did the voice
disappointedly.
for Electronic for about a line.
No. Yes. I'm done. Goodbye.
I'm done.
Dinner
That
was over,
terrifying.
and the
ambulance went
pioneers started to
dong, and then
disperse.
everyone vanished.
Seaman, what will you wear for the ball? I asked Sherrick and Electronic. We don't have anything special to wear. We'll go as we are. He indicated his pioneer uniform. They don't seem to care about their appearance at all. Well,
I just
why should I
realized something.
care
I just
then?
realized something. So
Wearing
see
my
how-
winter clothes is an option, so I'll just
see how-
like.
Shut up,
So
Mason.
I'll just go.
You know
with
the
this
other
one.
guy, the guy on the left, has his belt like tucked in.
Mm-hmm.
Josiah's just holding his belt up.
Yeah. Just in case his pants fall.
He doesn't have any belt loops.
When does it start? After 9 o'clock. That gives us enough time to go eat out the librarian. No, not right. Infirmary. What the fuck?
Mason.
Gonna go eat out Stewie Griffin. What's wrong with you?
Ooh, that's bad.
Got it. I left the canteen and deeply inhaled the fresh evening air. Femboy Evan and Evan with glasses. They don't look anything like Evan.
One of them is
Every
They
male
actually
Josiah's
do look
stuffed in
weirdly
your
like
mouth.
Josiah. They
This
just
is a running theme with Burnish, who thinks I look like every white man.
Yeah, with like somewhat blonde hair.
I remember those rare dances that
You don't
used
even
to go
have to have
at
blonde
school.
hair.
Hesitation, insecurity. even
Yeah, you look
fear.
a lot like MBR.
I couldn't dance. I don't know how to react if someone had invited me. I wouldn't dare to invite someone myself. All in all, I felt uncomfortable after that.
I think Slavia
Oh my
would be
God.
okay. She seemed okay with a lot of things earlier.
And it was
Yeah.
even more unpleasant to watch others having fun. He's a
Wow,
cock.
this guy's just full of
He's
hatred.
evil.
It wasn't envy. More like, oh my god, why do you care so much? More like it was disconcerting feelings that people were
I just thought it was so weird that they
able to
could
enjoy
enjoy
something
hanging
so
out
odd
with
for me.
other people.
I thought that there was
I
still
only
some
want to
time
enjoy
for
hanging
fall,
out with
so I could sleep a
Flavia, my
little bit to see
sweet, my
fresh
darling.
evening. But what about
I
helping the
I
other
only want to
person?
be frozen
Yeah,
on
what
the
about
floor.
our nurse? What about our
Entering
nurse?
the
I don't know.
camp leader's cabin, I flopped on the bed instantly and shut my eyes. Why do you think he would be able to get away with like running away if he literally is in the same like room as her all the time? I didn't even think about that until just now. He's gonna
Why'd
wake
you
up.
shut your eyes? You gotta go help the nurse and Lena.
He's going to bed.
This was not a choice.
This was not a choice.
I know. Why'd he do it?
You said it like it was a choice. I was like, what? Strangely enough, I got up right in time without an alarm. Clock was showing 9. I didn't feel like putting...
Dude, the warehouse
Such a rare
ambience is
thing to
pretty
happen.
scary.
I felt sluggish though. Probably it wasn't the best idea to sleep during the day after all. Well, I have to go. In a couple of minutes, I was standing at the square. Loudspeakers and some DJ equipment were installed near them. The trees were decorated with light strings. Where are the light strings? Typical country ball.
ball.
A lot of pioneers were around, but no familiar faces. A lot of pioneers were around. So I just sat on a bench and waited. A lot of
Sure are.
pioneers were around. I have the dance after all. Maybe I'll be able to just sit and chat with someone.
Oh, wait.
Hey there, sad face. Ew,
Yulana?
ew.
Here to suggest something? It was way too early. There isn't even any music yet. Yeah, I'm not the merriest person for such an event.
He's gone feral.
She ran away. So Yolanda did wear something like an evening dress. Pretty funny. Dude! Dude, she gotta put a bra on. I can see everything.
Flavia.
There's not even the little
Flavia.
tildes. He's just like,
Hey. She sat down by my side.
how's the evening?
Fine.
Why are you so sad?
I'm not.
Okay, well, dancing will surely cheer you up.
Maybe.
Don't forget to save one dance for me.
She laughed and ran toward the music. I can imagine her like waving down arms and going. The situation was getting serious. I wouldn't be able to sit for the whole dance party.
No shit.
Were we supposed to help her? I'm so confused. Leda came closer. Oh, hi. You're here too. Is that such a wonder?
Yes.
Okay. Gotta light this party up.
Ugh.
The joke fell flat.
You're
Yeah,
not
the flop
funny!
was all lost.
No one is laughing.
Leda blushed and looked down. Well, maybe that's not the best idea. Setting things on fire.
Okay, then I guess I'll.
Yeah.
Bye.
Laugh. That was the worst interaction ever. My interactions with women. You burn things? It looks like the whole camp was at the...
You're gonna set some on fire?
The pioneers formed a
little
little group.
fire,
Talked, joked, and
scarecrow.
round and laughed. At the DJ's panel, Yolana argued loudly with about the playlist for the evening. And here it is.
Look who it is. It's look who it is.
The music started to play. I don't know how to band the song, but it asked me. What did I just say?
Don't know song, but look, ask me.
I just said like words. I didn't know the
Give
band
me
or the
orange.
song.
Give
But
me
if you
you,
ask
orange,
me,
me, monkey,
I really
me,
felt that
orange,
I
yeah,
sang a Soviet
you,
pop
me,
classic.
monkey.
Give to the infirmary, the main
Kanji. He
character
presses
needs
buttons
pussy.
to
Yeah,
get
he
his
needs
food or
something.
whatever.
The pioneers just
Yeah, but
stood
he
there
didn't
for
say
some
me,
time.
monkey.
Yeah,
as if
Bluga
not
didn't say
hearing anything.
monkey.
It's always hard to take the first step. Especially if you're pretty sure that you'll be able to take it.
Oh my god, shut up.
Dude, can you just go get some bitches? Yolanda seemed not to grasp that.
Bro, the
simple
nurse is
truth.
more than happy to sexually
I
assault
know,
you.
right? And he just doesn't care. She reached to the center of the script. Maybe it's the like Carl Weezer voice. Maybe that's throwing him off. A few bounds and cried out.
I'm gonna scream.
What? It started to wiggle ridiculously. Wiggle is the exact word.
Okay.
I hope they
You
animate
couldn't
this.
find a better one. It looks so
What?
silly and funny that I couldn't resist laughing. She noticed it. I pretended I couldn't hear her. I honestly can barely hear her. Stop.
Stop.
Ah. I kept ignoring her. Pioneers slowly realized that they weren't too
What?
sexy for the fact.
Yo, what is
What?
Wait, what?
It looked really silly from my point of view, shaking one's arms and legs to the beat of a long
Oh
forgotten
my god.
hits.
He's such an incel.
this guy's a normie. No,
Come
wait, she's
on.
an incel.
Get real. Of course, I couldn't dance at all, but this thing couldn't be called a
Fucking god.
dance.
Just have to try. Maybe have fun. For once
See?
ever.
And what are you sitting there for? Don't you want to dance?
I was so deep in thoughts that I hadn't even noticed Slavia.
That's what you want to call him.
You literally have a huge boob Russian girl, blonde Russian girl standing right in front of you, asking you to dance. She tried to initiate a sexual encounter like
Evan,
an
you still
hour
have
ago,
the voice
and you
on?
haven't done shit.
Evan, do you
Feel
have
like
the
there's
voice on? You just
Sorry.
said that as an
Welcome to
announcer
the
at
Roaring
me.
Twenties.
Not really.
Are you sure?
She smiled. Maybe later. Oh my god, dance with her, you cock! Damn, what am I even doing here? That's what we're all saying! One more invitation to dance would be completely ruin my
Fucking
pride.
god.
Maybe you should take it.
I started to feel.
Oh,
I
no.
started to think about the
Let
appropriate
Evan,
excuse to
Evan,
leave.
get ready.
I know,
was looking for the
I know.
moment to do so. But when I saw Lena heading my way,
Maybe we should go.
where to? I was so immersed in thoughts that
Bro.
I didn't
Evan,
really
did
get what she meant.
Ladies.
No.
I like how Connor's microphone was so
Evan,
crappy
say
that
it so I
just,
can see
sounded like it.
boobs.
To the infirmary. But if you want to stay here and dance.
I doubt she was going to dance. Lena stood aside the old lady. Oh my god, just say yes. Why is this guy such a cock? No, I'll pass. Let's go.
Fucking god.
At least I won't have to stand here like a shy nerd.
That's exactly what
Seriously
you are.
trying to conceal myself in the corner wasn't very pleasant. Dude, you just got
hate this
asked
guy.
by a big titty freaking Russian blonde hair girl. Like, what?
Like, seriously, you have been asked to dance by every, like,
A bull in a
option.
china shop would be more agile than me on a dance floor.
Well, I mean, not really.
Child. Person.
Child,
I
like,
didn't
hot
have
Russian
the
girl is
slight-
really into
slightest
you,
intention of
and then, like,
dancing in the
quiet
first
girl.
place.
Like quiet girl who doesn't like dances even asked you to
Well,
dance.
the
and
thing
you
is, though,
didn't
we
take it.
already went to the infirmary and confirmed that we would leave or something.
Well, shall we go to the
She
infirmary?
asked me that already. Lena brought me out of my thoughts. He's still thinking. We've been just standing near the canteen for some... Yes,
All this
sure,
internal
thank you.
Monologue is in real
What
time.
for?
She looked
You're
at
a
me
cock.
in
So
surprise.
miserable.
Well, for getting me out of there.
I didn't need to. Literally, the hottest girl in the entire camp is into you, and you are blind or stupid or both.
I shouldn't have told her that dancing is not my thing. It's, you know, so boring there.
Seems to me you don't like dancing.
There's no trace of sarcasm on her truthful, even childlike face. Ruined.
Really
Ruined.
likes children.
Seems like she really doesn't understand. Yes, don't like it at all. I'm not into it.
Me too. No one invites me to dance unless it's a night on the town. Listen to some swing.
Shut up. Lay to blush and stand at the ground as the ground is you. Strange.
What's strange?
Well, that no one ever invites you.
He's so cute and beautiful.
You think so? I know no one ever invites you.
Again, she looked at me with an expression of surprise and a lack of understanding. I got confused. Couldn't find what to say in return.
He doesn't
anyway.
get anything. He doesn't get anything.
Yes, certainly. If I like dance, oh my god, I'm getting worse and worse. Yes, certainly. If I liked dancing, I would have invited you for sure.
Thanks, I guess.
We didn't say a word.
Oh
for
my
the
god,
rest of
that
the
is
way.
terrifying.
Dude, we just walk over to the dark infirmary. Elena obviously felt too confused by my awkward compliment, and I just
fuck is he
didn't
talking
know
about?
what to
I think it would be really
choose for
funny if like Mason goes
conversation.
into the infirmary and the nurse is just naked.
She's quirky
like-
and not like utter
You love it.
girls. Dude, that'd be awesome. It's
What?
not like a
Dude,
band
you-
from Twitch, bro.
This
You have
is-
to like game capture is gonna be like insta muted,
muted.
muted, turned off, whatever.
Me on my way to mute the video.
Yeah.
You can still see it.
I felt. Well, then at least I won't get banned because it's muted. I felt a
Yeah, they
strong
can't hear
desire to turn around and walk away without making. You're just gonna leave this girl in the dark outside of the infirmary. I threw a
As a
quick glance at
psycho.
Lena and noticed she looked like unusual, shy,
Looks
and
like
not
nervous.
scared,
usual,
Zach.
Mason.
Abandon her.
She looked like unusual.
She
that
looked
is-
like unusual. I'm going with I hate you. Shy and modest, uncertain, but not in any way scared. It's just made me even more uncomfortable.
He doesn't like strong.
Have you ever considered the fact that maybe you don't like women?
That's true. It
Yeah,
can't.
he's always like, I love hanging out with
Yeah,
my
he was
male
literally saying
friends."
earlier he only liked hanging out with the dudes. But then he only liked making fun of them or something.
These women
guy
are like
wants to
going
get
out
just
of their
not
way. They're like going out of their way to like.
He was literally asked to
Proposition
like
him.
bang the girl earlier, and he was
Yeah.
like, "Nah, I'm good." He was like,
I'm gonna go eat and hang out with my male friends.
"It can't.
I'm hungry, actually.
It can't be that she's not
Like,
scared."
bro, your male
while
friends are
I-
already banging. Don't be a
Suddenly,
third
an
wheel.
owl hooted near me.
You're not.
Dry, and I shivered. Near me. Lena seemed either.
You didn't say anything wrong.
Yeah, but I read it wrong. Lena seemed either not to hear
The eater.
This is
and not pay attention to it.
Lena's a
Or
eater.
just not be
Lena seemed
scared by
eater.
it at all.
Hey, eater. Hey, eater.
I hardly could believe the third option, but I didn't want to ask her about it. Why'd you electro swing?
you.
I sounded
The electro thing sneeze.
giving
Sorry.
away my own fear. I entered the infirmary and found a switch in the dark. No, no booby. Will the nurse come later? Oh yeah, she will.
He won't.
Shoot.
Wait, why do we come? Why do we come?
gotta-
Wait.
Try not to sneeze. I'm sorry. She won't come.
Okay, she won't come. Understood. Wait a second. What do you mean she won't come?
That's the
I
whole reason
see.
I'm here.
It's not that I am afraid to be
It is
alone
not that
with
I am
Lena.
women or
afraid to be
anything.
alone with Lena. Indoors
at
at night.
with no one around. This guy's just a pervert. He's just a pedophile. Only in movies does something happen under such circumstances.
Bro's like 32 and he's like, oh.
He's 17.
He's not 17 though. Didn't he turn young?
He got his decade into being
Oh yeah,
17.
you're right.
It's just real life. It's
He
literally
looked at
just
the
real
mirror or
life.
whatever, and he realized he was like, "Yeah, you're right."
He says, "Oh, I'm baby."
It is just
I'm
that
going
I
to
am
hang the
with Lena
children."
and not with Yolana or Slavia.
Where's he Ben Shapiro now?
What?
He's not using contractions.
And it seriously changed my attitude towards things happening.
Let's say,
There are the
hypothetically,
boxes.
you're in a room alone with Lena. It is night.
She pointed
It's
at the messy
nighttime.
stack of boxes.
Sorry.
There were about a dozen of them. It would take much
About
more
a
than
dozen
10
of them.
minutes of work. I put one of the boxes on the table before me. Started to take out. Its contents.
He says take out every time he takes something out of the box.
I don't know how you perfectly read my mind, but that's exactly what I imagined in my head, and that's why I said it 3 times. I don't know how you did that. There were bandages, lots of little packages of bandages. Why does he say it like that?
Here, take this.
Lena gave me a piece of paper. There were some fields, and I quickly realized that I should put the name in the left, the description in the middle. There is one and the quantity in the right field.
If there is one.
Okay, I'm not
And
insane.
the one if there is quantity in the right
It's not
field.
a database, but it'll do. The work started in full swing.
Swing, you say?
Oh, seaman!
Welcome to the roaring 2020s. I hate you. What? I looked at Lena.
It
She
threw a book
stared
at
at me for a couple of moments, seemingly making up her mind.
He was gonna kick you in
to
the
say
balls.
something, but then I lowered my gaze again. No,
No, never mind.
It was physically
Ribbon.
hard for me to just sit without saying. However, I didn't care to speak first, not
Fair.
only because I couldn't think of a good topic for conversation, but what I was just feeling shy. The girl could
What happened
easily
there?
easily be embarrassed by anything. I really need to get more water. My mouth is as dry as.
Seaman!
Be right back.
it. You blasted him into the next room.
Mason accidentally clicks his mouse. She just takes off all her clothes and just walks away clueless.
Seaman!
Alright, I'm gonna get
Seaman.
water too. I've been surviving on Dr. Pepper and it is horrible.
I've also been drinking Dr. Pepper. I have a headache. Probably not from the Dr. Pepper.
Seaman!
I love Connor's voice for the small character when he just goes. Okay.
Oh. Oh. Oh, I love girls. Yes.
You are counting them all over again.
Indeed, I had started to take out and put into the database the images already counted. Ugh. Oh, sorry. She didn't answer. Hey, where are you from? I mean, where did you come from? What? What'd I do?
No, you didn't mess up, Hugo.
No, you didn't mess up. I was just
Funny
really
line.
bad.
I mean, where did you come from? Meaning, where were you born? I mean, where do you live?
Well, there is a town not far from here.
Not far from here. Where is that?
Somewhere.
Looks like she doesn't want to talk about it. Is Lena hiding something too? It is explicable in the case of Olivia. Why'd I call her Olivia again? Olga Dimitrieva, but in Lena's case, it is absolutely not like her. Is it a secret?
No. Just
So, is it somewhere in the South too? I
The
should have
South?
thought of something more
the south of Russia is half the country.
original. Well, yeah, yeah, that's a good point. Where would they even be? Where are we? Every single one of my sudden ideas turned out the wrong way. In this attempt to play spy worked out even worse. I've thought about South just because the only pioneer out, I remember Artek.
Yes.
Lena hesitated to reply. I couldn't quite tell if she was lying or not.
Are you guys banging yet?
Don't you like it here?
I wonder what part of what I said made her think so. Or why I broke that up so much. Absolutely
Don't
not.
you
I like it here.
What?
My false friendliness surrounded my insincere. Wait, very insincere.
Start over.
No. What about you?
I like it. It's so calm here. There are lots of books in the library.
This is in the library.
Nobody
And the
reads
people are
those.
nice.
Nice, but not all of them.
Why?
I hate you, Lena. Did I really? Ah!
Done this.
Did I really say this last bit out loud? Turns out I did. Well, you know, Eulania, for example, she's like Energizer battery for completely unbalanced point of power apple.
Shut up, you nerd. Battery.
What is that?
What?
Maybe I really was sent back in time. Never mind. Dude, why didn't you
There's a
press the
power
freaking
outlet.
issue?
There's
If she was
literally
like had no
a
clue what a
outlet
battery
behind
is,
them.
why don't you
There
push
is
the
a
issue?
power outlet behind them. Look at there are
And the-
lights
and the
here. There are
computer?
batteries.
It's literally a computer. Yeah, wait, what's happening? What was the battery invented?
Who's Alyssa?
Probably
The
like,
rocker girl.
Or
Oh
Alyssa,
man.
the
When was the
saying a
battery
pioneer is the
invented?
kid's role model certainly doesn't describe her.
1800.
If everyone started following her example, it would be a complete disaster for the country in 20 or so years or so. Shut up. However, thinking about it now, you can draw the conclusion that everybody did follow the example of Alyssa Deveshkia in the 80s, where I probably am right now.
She's not like that, actually.
Not like that? Not like what?
Not like what you said about her.
This conversation
likes women.
sucks. Can we have sex? Begin if I hadn't said anything.
What?
I just
What?
the fact that he was talking.
Gaslighting.
I just started. I just stated the fact that she.
What? I didn't say anything. What are you talking about?
She is not the best example to follow.
Gee, that's what you said. Well, maybe.
Sounds
Well,
like you know her
maybe.
very well dead.
You gonna be
Probably.
the one that saves?
That is me. And after all, you're my Wonderwall.
What? I asked that question only to keep the conversation going. I didn't
You said
expect
what like it was a part of the dialogue.
an answer like that. I was just playing along with whatever Evan said. Alyssa and Lena were so different. The idea they could be close was unbelievable for
Now
me.
start making out.
We came from the same town.
I came in your town. As if she had foreseen my push.
Horse in my question.
We have common friends, even though Elisa is 1 year older.
Okay. It's a little bit strange.
You
Literally,
just do
how is
not
that
have
weird?
friends.
Oh, not like that. I am
not like that, but
surprised.
I'm
I'm
just
just
surprised.
surprised.
Everyone gets surprised.
No, he's not normal.
Lena smiled a bit. I took the second box.
You got one box done.
What the frick is an algilium?
Anal gynum.
Anal gynum. Anal gynum. Activated charcoal. Anal gynum. Activated charcoal. Saline solution. Potassium permanganate. Furacetylin. Anal gynum. Lena's
Hey,
always
read the
spoken
first
as
4
so
letters of that
much.
medicine and bend over.
Wait, why am I bending over?
Because you want to get pegged.
Oh shoot. How can I communicate with her? If
There's a
every
lamp right
conversation
there.
turns into a monologue or just an awkward silence.
Do
Maybe
you
don't be
want
such
to
a fucking
communicate with her, though?
dweeb.
It
Apparently
seems
not.
you
He
hate
just spends the
everyone there.
entire time thinking in his brain and not doing anything else. I could have just imagined a conversation with him. It's just
Look at
like,
that skeleton.
it's just like, how are you doing? He's like, I'm doing
Look at
all
that
right. I
skeleton on
stare
the
at
wall.
the
Oh my God.
wall deceivingly.
Like Fall Guys proportions.
I'm doing alright. Have you heard of communism?
I wasn't quite satisfied with such a state of things. Sometimes it looked like she's hiding something behind her. But what? You know,
Why do you
I
care?
read a book not that long ago. Do you like science fiction?
No! Oh, that's actually the line. Not much!
Damn, another failure. Well, if you don't like it, then what books do you like?
She's so mad at you.
Different kinds.
Wow, that is the conversation wasn't going smoothly, and I had to turn it off for the better. Who knows why, but I thought about the dance again. Feelings of unease, discomfort, and even in shame overwhelmed me once more. Oh my
be
god,
ashamed.
you literally left the dance after dissing like the big boob. God. Sorry, I'm getting an aneurysm. Looks like I am not that different from Leda when it comes to
Different.
such things. I am shy and afraid of things I don't understand or can't do. I should probably overcome my own fears before anything else, man. This will help me understand. Made up my mind. There are only a couple of
Honest
boxes.
muted.
Yes!
Hey, I've got an idea. How about we go to the canteen afterward? I think
There's
the
no
tape
planted.
recorder was.
Sorry.
What is it doing in the can? Wait, didn't I say that? Oh no, she.
I think you
wait,
did. Yeah, it was. It was you.
I hesitate.
What for?
Her.
That's a sincere look.
Give me a second. I'm drinking water.
She hadn't the slightest
Her
idea what I
sincere
am
look
going
made it
to
clear that
offer.
she hadn't the slightest idea what I am going to offer.
My
It is
penis,
my
my
penis.
balls, my
Well,
scrotum.
frankly speaking, I just don't know how to dance.
Are they
That's
gonna
why I
dance in the
don't like
nursery?
it.
And the nurse is gonna
That's
walk
the
in and
reason
say,
I was
"I'm
so
taking my
confused
clothes
back
off."
there. Are we gonna dance together? Maybe I could thank you by dancing with you.
But
We could swing together, Evan. We could swing. She
Da,
stops.
da, 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 da.
She stopped. Evan, we actually do dance. Can you please not do that? She stopped sorting the medicine for a moment, flushed and looked right into my eyes. I got bit stubborn. It really was a stupid idea.
She got bit.
You got bit by stubborn. It's okay if you don't want to. I don't insist.
What if someone sees us?
New
I certainly
revelation.
didn't think about that. It's not a big deal.
I found the
but
electro sync
everybody's
song,
asleep
the
already.
Song.
If no one is going to the canteen at night,
How will we get in there?
Oh yeah, don't I have a? I should have thought about
Nicholas,
it before.
the top
Well?
comment on the electro swing song is Soviet Womble.
What?
Life row.
Oh man.
Do you think her vagina hair is purple? Shut
Yes.
up. Yes.
It's natural, all natural.
Well, we're gonna find out eventually.
One day we'll find out.
This guy can never get his his friend's
didn't wanna
balls out of
She's
his
an
now,
mouth.
anime
someone
woman.
could
She'll
get the
be
wrong
completely
idea
smooth.
That's
Oh,
true.
valid.
That is
valid.
true. That is true.
Or it should be like a very thin line.
What? It'd be like a
There
pencil
will be
mustache.
nothing. It will be smooth. There will just be no
The
vagina.
moment I regretted that I
Gross.
still didn't get myself from.
I hope we don't
Peter's
get like
cabinet.
gratuitous.
Anyway,
like,
I had to
yoga.
balls.
say something to get away from the awkward time. What kind of music do you like? Electro
None.
string.
Different kinds. Like a futuristic type of music that's inspired by from about 100 years ago.
Well, actually,
I am not really into it.
like 30 years ago. What
Swing.
year is this? The Soviet Union, right?
Oh, so this
So
would
it's
have
probably
been,
pa-
yeah, it
it's
would have been
past
like
World War
40,
II.
40, 50 years ago. Well, they have a statue of Lenin, so obviously it's like,
Oh, yeah.
1930s was swing.
yeah. Swing
So,
was
it-
like
so it
20 through
existed,
40.
technically.
Yeah.
Then let's imagine that it's playing now. I mean, that we hear it playing.
That we hear, that you
How's
heard,
that?
We that
Like it plays in our heads. I still remember the melody the pioneers were dancing to. The musical words were
Ladies! I'm not sure I can do it.
You can. Just try.
Probably.
Ah! I've got her consent.
That is not consent.
That goes in quotes channel.
In Lena's case,
Even that probably can be considered yes.
even
Oh,
that
That's not
probably
true.
considered
Oh,
yes.
no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Most silently sorted medicines. Writing down their name. I should pay more attention to every word I say.
Writing
after-
down her name.
It was not rape, she said probably. Wait, what? I stayed silent most of the time though.
Probably, maybe.
Probably, maybe. Soon we finished the last box. I gave Lena the filled-in list and started to stare at her. Like I saw Bigfoot riding a unicycle while juggling piglets.
I juggle her piglets, if you know what I mean.
It was amazing.
Me too.
And above all, mesmerizing.
If we had any like
He
boob
suddenly
scenes,
broke
can we just
out
all like make
laughing.
seal noises?
What?
I'm glad I came
That
back
look
to
of
that.
yours.
That look of you.
What about
Shut the fuck. It's just funny.
I'm going back. Wait. I messed up.
That
Restart.
look of yours.
What about it? I was just on autopilot.
It's just funny.
Really?
He's smiling.
Yes. So where are we going to go?
Where?
We can't.
Our
see.
last words unsettled me. I completely forgot what we were talking about. Frankly speaking, I had completely left this.
Well, you know, to dance.
To dance. Whoops.
Kevin, do your best femur breaker.
Where? Her last words unsettled. I'm just gonna tackle her in a minute.
Legitimately,
Frankly
how did
speaking,
you
I
make the
completely
femur breaker noise?
left
Like,
the world for a moment.
Well, you know.
Wait, what?
Dance. Wait, what?
Wait, what? Lena flushed right away, and her face looked on a strange expression of shyness, unease, and fear. Oh yeah, sorry, I was just lost in thought. Let's go to the pier.
It kind of just like crackled a little
I don't know
bit.
why I chose that place. Maybe because you could run into a pioneer at the square in a residential hall or near the canteen. But not at the pier. But we literally saw Slavia in a bikini on like the first day we came.
okay, well, let's do it
Well,
again.
That's true. I
That's a
forgot
good
about
point.
that.
We should go do it again. That's what I thought, at least. Or maybe because of the large, bright moon reflecting on the water.
Large,
and-
massive boobs.
large, massive boobs reflecting on the water at night. And it's a full moon today. Oh yeah, it is.
Hope we see some full
I
moon,
don't
if you know what I mean.
How, but this solution just offered itself. If you don't like it, then we
Thank you,
can.
Nicholas.
No. That's
Yeah.
a really nice place.
Lena locked the door and we made our way to the pier. Night fell on the sleeping camp. It already fell.
It's already nighttime.
And we follow the road.
Why? It would be faster
the
through the
fruity taste
forest.
that
There's a
chose.
nice path there. What? It's in the middle of the night and we're going through the forest.
You're gonna get murdered by a
It's
bear.
dark there.
Are you afraid?
If I'd Slavia's body.
Yes. You're
Turns
5'3"
into-
and 110
turns into a horror
pounds. You
game.
can't help me if someone tries to kill us. Not really.
I'll throw you to the ground.
If you want to.
Okay.
You get attacked by a bear.
But can I?
Oh!
Ooh. Oh my god. Ooh.
Without finishing, she grabbed off
Look
of
how
my arm.
stoic you are.
Dude, look at this
Is
man.
it
It looks like,
okay
dude. It
with
looks
you?
like it looks like Light from Death Note.
From Future Diary,
Future
yeah,
Diary.
whatever. I'm alright,
Nathan?
that's enough for me. Stop watching. I'm gonna go play Roblox, guess the anime.
Now it's my turn to blush. Wait,
When
what?
his characters are canceled.
Said, is it okay with you? And then he said, my turn to blush.
Of course. We walked through the forest. It was hardly a forest though. More like a small grove between a camp. Had about 100 meters long. I would never think that there would be anything to be afraid of, even on my own. But it just seemed like Lena's fear was contagious.
Wait, isn't it supposed to
She's just breathing heavily in my ear.
Isn't it supposed to be night? You can literally see clouds.
It's moonlight, and I think the night was just falling, so a little bit.
Okay,
How
look at
does
the
your hair
clouds.
go like
branches
that? How
swayed
does it go
over us.
straight up?
I shuddered, and Lena clung to my arm even more
Um.
strong. Her nipple is pointing in the air. Why is her tit defying gravity? It's just emphasis.
Okay, Mason.
Don't be afraid. It must be a squirrel.
Yeah.
We reached a pier. The night was really beautiful. I walked close to the river and called Lane. Look! The pier, the boathouse, and the moon were reflecting in the water.
There's a train in the background. There's literally a train in the background.
That's
There's literally
true.
a train in the
It
background.
looked like another
It's parked
world.
on the
The
bridge.
surface,
That is
like
your way
water
out.
being
Sprint.
in the door to Wonderland. You could just jump and find yourself on the.
Yeah.
May I have this
death.
dance? I extended
A
my hand to
lady.
her and bowed clumsily.
No.
Lena hesitated. Someone get the electro swing. Someone get the electro swing ready.
Jesus Christ. Is Evan gonna do it, or should I just get the video?
Get the
I'm not gonna do
video.
the whole song.
There's nothing to fear. I'm no good at it either. I eat her.
Alright, I'm gonna have to skip
never-
the warehouse ambient.
She said she couldn't dance, though it was kind of obvious.
Okay!
Okay, play.
Tell me when you need the music. Make sure
Do
you
it, do it, do it.
choose
Electro
when
swing.
needed.
Welcome! Wait.
I want you to repeat after me, just how I do it. Ready?
Lena gave me her hand. I let her a bit aside and gently pushed my arms around her waist.
Good golly.
I'm gonna turn it down slightly so people actually.
Bring it around now.
We stood like that for a few moments.
And what next?
Well, I don't know. Do you remember that song?
Barely.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present
But I
to you
remember.
Charlie Puth on keys.
Wait, let's waltz like in the movies.
How's that?
Yeah, this is a waltzing.
Instead of answering her, I carefully started to move in a circle like with Lena. See, not that hard at all.
Yeah!
We waltzed for several minutes. Or whatever you call it. I felt her warmth, that we were not that close to each other.
You fucking creep.
Her chest heaved heavily in our faces. I can barely hear anything. Lena looked at me, averting her eyes from one side to another. I suddenly realized I had never felt anything like this before. It was tenderness overtaking reality. As if I found myself in another, better world. Dude, it's just ReZero. I realized that I didn't want to get this girl. I didn't want to let this girl go. What I would give up anything just to have.
I'm a resident sleeper in
Just to
real
go
life.
on
Can I hear
waltzing
that?
with her forever.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was very good.
I clasped Lena tighter, and only then she.
Fuck!
I clasped Lena tighter. Only then she
Real
did.
rage,
What
real
the fuck?
fury.
Then she looked straight at me.
Oh my
What is
God.
that line? There was a surprise and confusion in her gaze, but no fear whatsoever. She wasn't afraid of me and didn't push
Is
me
that a normal
away.
thing? Is that a normal
And you
reaction
said
when
you
someone's
can't
close
do
to
that.
you?
The first time he's had that.
And you said you can't dance.
Why? I really can't. I was confused. I didn't expect a reaction from her. Where has her confusion, shyness, and fear disappeared to? You two dance pretty well.
I know.
Wow. A playful smile crossed their face. Or maybe it just seemed so to me. No, I swear I saw it. How is that possible? The image of shy and modest Lena didn't fit together with the moment at all.
He likes his
What should I
women
say?
submissive and breedable.
What should I do? I could only the beat is dropping. What is? I could only keep on waltzing with her in this dance, which is getting stranger with every passing minute.
To waltz to electric
Getting more and more
swing.
drowned out.
Oh my god, shoot, wait. It's very hard to. I need to turn down.
Yeah, turn down
a little bit. Alright. Hello, everybody. Seaman, where are you?
The voice came from the edge of the forest. Damn, worst timing ever.
Seaman.
Throw
It
her
was
into the
Olga.
lake.
Demetria.
It was Olivia Dimaguminga.
Olivia Balenciaga. She mustn't have, oh god, been worrying because I should have been back a long time. I should have guessed that tireless camp leader would start searching for a lost pioneer. I should have warned her beforehand. Oh, there's no point in thinking about it now. Lena looked at me questioningly.
Being seen together would not be the best thing.
Why? Literally, why?
Why? Let's go on and tell her that everything is alright.
No, let's hide and return to the camp later.
What's wrong with you, Lena?
Her idea was strange.
She wants
We
a
can
kiss
have
in the bush.
sex.
She wants a kiss in the bush. She
Going
wants a kiss
so
in the
well.
bush.
Maybe she wants to kiss in the bush. At least something was starting
Where'd
to
you
work
get that
out.
idea from?
Or seemed like it did. But what was that something? Okay then. I decided not to argue. I wasn't appropriate in this. Olivia de shouted for a while and left. Let's go.
Let's go.
Yes.
Oh, yes, honey.
Who else got a pulsing boner? What? Lena didn't grab onto my arm on the way back. I was a little bit frustrated. What? But wasn't certain enough to take the first step. He kept silent. It was not typical of Lena to start a conversation. I just didn't know what to say after everything that happened at the pier. She kept looking at the ground all the way back, keeping her usual expression. What a bizarre change. Or, to be more precise, what was bizarre was that smile on the pier that... And Lena's words, sorry. She stopped at the square. Well, I have to go.
Well, God damn it.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
You're
Wait.
so dumb.
Sorry, I was
Well,
just
I have to
zoning
go.
out. Okay.
Thank you for today.
We'll probably turn off the lecture.
Good
service.
golly.
Good golly. It's a really fitting voice. It like almost sounds exact. I honestly couldn't tell which parts were used. Like I couldn't tell when you were supposed to speak because it just sounded like it just sounded like you.
You're a lecture swing now. Sorry, Evan.
Yes.
Oh man.
Later turned around and headed to the cabin, and I kept standing where I was. What the hell was that? He's so confused. That dance, that sudden change in mood, and then everything was back to normal. It was like I was embracing another Lena in the short moment. That's right. She wasn't herself. She seemed a completely different person. Maybe I don't know her at all.
Wow.
Dude, it's
People
4
aren't
in the morning.
two-dimensional. Great. What you just noticed?
You've been here for 4 days.
What?
Yeah, in real life,
I had
you've
Yeah.
been streaming for 4 days.
No, no, no. I
4-day
mean,
stream.
he's been in the camp for 4 days, right? Oh,
I
2
don't
days.
know.
Takes much longer than 2 days to understand someone. But this is, yeah, the upcoming day is my 3rd day. No, this is my 3rd day. He said when he woke up, it's his start of his 2nd day.
Maybe he didn't meet Lena
No,
until
we
day
didn't.
2.
No, we took a nap. That's what I'm thinking of. Damn, what should I do? Maybe I just seeing things. I walked to the leader's cabin.
Olga.
The whole camp was sleeping. But there was
Olga.
no one to see me. So what? What's wrong with a pioneer taking a walk at night? When I was almost at the door, I
Olga.
had nerves before me.
There.
I heard a noise behind me. The branches of the bush near the tree rustled. There shouldn't be any wild animals around. Someone
You
must
live
have
in the
been
woods.
watching me. At that very moment. That very moment, I rushed in the direction of the forced myself through the bushes and looked around.
Schizo.
It was too dark and I didn't see anything. There was no point
Assumes it
in
was a he.
going on. Wait, there's no point in going on. Even if someone was watching me, he must
Finally, he's right about
have been
something.
gone already. I was just confused. I'm like, what is he talking about? I went back to the cabin. The light inside was on. Looks like she's still awake. Dang! What the heck?
Hello, Steven. Where have you been?
What do you mean,
Why is she
where?
still in her dress? It's been like
Me
hours.
and Lena have been sorting medical supplies in the infirmary. I told you before that I would do that in the evening.
Ooh, he's gonna get caught in a lie.
Yeah, you don't think she wouldn't go to the infirmary?
Oh, wait, I almost did a lecture swing. Hello, really? When was that? Took you long enough. I was in the infirmary about half an hour ago. It was closed, and the lights were off.
Well, we
Ooh, what
decided
an
to have a
idiot.
little walk.
I'm fretting about you while you're out having a walk.
Well, I'm sorry. I'll let you know beforehand next time.
Please do.
Why did the music get sexy?
Look at those
Oh.
massive bahonkaroos. Okay, stop looking. I know I said, but what's your problem? He just
You never said go to bed, it's late, you idiot!
Misimpressed this. Oh, that was my line.
I can't help agreeing with her. It was funny any measure a hard day. I wasn't just staring at for zongers.
I wasn't just staring at hungers.
Okay, maybe just a little. But I was also waiting for you. It was by any measure a hard day. Oh yeah, it was. My erection's so hard. Anyway, what? I was too tired to think about the evening's events, and I doubt I would have any decent thoughts. Dude, oh my god. The main thing is that I have not a single idea how to react to all of these. To Lena, to the camp, to this whole world. I practically haven't spent even a minute looking. Moreover, I've been avoiding it as if the possible discovery scared me. And Lena? The time I spent with her was much more important than all of my attempts to return to the real world. I could worry myself. Oh my god, he's getting trapped in here for a long
Art
time,
Online.
trying to understand what I didn't. What exhaustion overcame.
Came.
Wet stick.
Cam.
Yeah. I woke up with a hellish ring inside my head. The ringing seemed to be coming from the depths of my.
He's getting rejected.
But after I came to my
Wake
senses,
up.
I realized that the cause of the ring. Strange. Where did it come from? Where did it go?
Where did it come from? Alarm clock.
Why is
Joe.
it standing near my bed? It was 7:30 according to the clock. Olga Demimber had already left. There was nobody to force me to. Thus, I can sleep a little. I closed my eyes. Was ready for a good day. I need to get up. I should plan my day out. After all, I need to at least find out something. But still, nothing came to mind. Fine. I need to wash my. On my way to the
Oh
wash
my
stand,
god.
I met
Zendaya.
Zendaya. What are you up so early? What the
Anything wrong with being up early?
She looked at me as if I had insulted her. No, nothing. Just curious.
None of your business, Pac-Man.
Gosh, Zendaya isn't very sympathetic, even when she's in a good mood. But today she just looked furious. What did I do to her? Oh, I rejected
You
her at
didn't-
dinner, didn't
yeah.
I, or whatever?
You
At dinner.
did.
Breakfast, but yeah.
The cold water perked me up. The fog in my head dissipated. My thoughts started to arrange themselves. Seriously, I started to worry about finding a good place in the canteen more than about finding it. I brushed my teeth and was going to leave. The quiet sound wafted past.
Wow, Wario.
It's probably a squirrel or some other animal. I heard another sound, this time a bit farther. I walked 10 meters along the path, searching for the source. Nobody, just a morning fort.
Fuck.
Oh no.
Wait, I was Miku, wasn't I?
You were Miku.
I had to do a Miku voice.
Wait, hold up.
That was interesting.
Noticing me, she smiled and jumped up to me. Hello! Good morning! I accidentally scattered my tooth powder. Just trying to gather it all back up.
Tooth powder?
Yeah, we talked about this
Venti
earlier.
powder.
The dewy grass seemed to be helping matters. Are you sure that's a good idea? Well, oh my god, I can't do it. Well, what else can I do? I don't have any more. I was the last thing.
God.
She
I'm
pouted like a child
crying.
who had just had her favorite toy taken from her. Sorry, headphone users. Here, I
I'm a
give you
headphone
mine.
user.
Yeah, that's everyone.
I dug into my bag. No tooth powder there.
Nobody's listening to
strange.
this
I
on
didn't
speakers,
just put it
Mason.
there. You don't want no tooth powder?
I can turn this on my speakers.
Yeah.
I can rumble the house with the bass.
Listen, it looks like I have forgotten it. I didn't want to tell her that it had just gone missing. Knowing the sensitivity of this girl, it was safe to assume that vanishing household goods would impress her so much that her brain would reset itself in order to avoid overheating. Oh my god! It's brutal. Well, I'll be off.
And when women.
Yeah, cheers, visit us. I mean, visit the music club. I'm still alone in there, but I... Miku's voice faded into the freshness of the summer morning far behind me.
Just walked away.
Back to the leader's cabin. I took my cell phone and looked at the battery meter. Enough power for a day, maybe even less. Of course, it wouldn't help me much in here, but still. Finding a charger. Dude, I'm gonna have to leave soon. Actually, you know what? Oh, a good stopping place. Miku Talk.
Ah, Lena jump scare.
Jump
Alright,
scare.
this is where we're stopping.
Okay.
Lot 2.
Thank God.
Jesus Christ, how long was that?
2 hours and
Long.
23 minutes minus
Oh,
so
Lord.
minus 20 minutes for the literally time we spent doing nothing. What the fuck?
Cat girl! What the fuck?
That showed up earlier too.
I don't
Yeah,
remember
did
that.
you just did you not notice?
I
It
must
was there.
Literally said, "What's
have memory loss.
Oh, Poppy Evan.
You can turn off voice mod now. You're okay. You're okay, babe."
Yeah, I'm ending my stream. Hey, goodbye, goodbye. Basically, goodbye, Bernadette. That's it. Bye, everyone.